We are back.
Are we live? You
No.
typically say we are live.
And then we get into a stupid ass argument about we're not really live.
Technically,
but we are.
we're just recording.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So I was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that time, and you still brought it up. You fucking loser.
Never fail. Rain or shine. Welcome to episode 24. It's 24, right?
Yes, the big 24. Jeff Gordon, son.
Oh, wow.
Yep. The only fucking race car driver I know.
My dad loves you right now.
Shout out to Dalton's dad. What do you talk about today on Jeff Gordon's Day?
Oh, man, so much shit. We talked about you and your struggles or working through this marathon. You've decided to push it. I'm trying to put it in the nicest way possible to make you seem like not a failure. You push it off to the next year.
Postponed it.
Yeah.
I explained why in the episode.
Yeah, basically you're just going to do an actual one instead of trying to force fuck your way into managing to quote unquote do a marathon this year.
I like that word, force fuck.
I know. I actually use a lot when people are in traffic trying to like get in my lane. Like, you're just gonna force fuck your way in, huh? No lube or nothing, just dry it right in there.
I was thinking like rapey, like I'm gonna go to jail by if I say that.
Well, that's what those people are doing to me in traffic. It's ridiculous.
Well, don't let people rape you, Dalton.
I try to stop them, but I'm using words. They're using it's hard, okay? From that, we go straight into your Chicago trip on your personal side, and on my personal side, we talk about me rage quitting video games and breaking equipment.
Yeah, Dalton had a little moment.
But I do give a great ad for some Bose headphones. So if you're looking for new headphones, this is your episode.
We also talk about Red Dead Redemption, which Dalton just got. He's pretty amazed by it.
I want it. I just want to play it all the time.
And then we talked about MMA, a lot of MMA shit. We talked about Mighty Mouse and the Askren Trade, how important it is for the scene of MMA, the first ever promotion trade between two promotions. And what's next for Mighty Mouse, what's next for Ben Askren. And then we also talked about the Fight Night 138 results.
And that just happened, right?
Yes, not the results, the picks. We made the picks.
Fuck the results. You can see them online.
The results are pretty much exactly what Nick Marchwinski said because,
it was like the most basic card ever.
Because he's smart with MMA shit.
That's what I thought.
And, Dalton owes me 2 shots. So see you guys.
See ya. I've learned my lesson,
broken.
I guess.
Yeah, he broken too many.
But for some reason, these headphones, I just flopped them down like they were fucking nothing. Like Thor, in the first Thor, where he had enough coffee, he was like, another!
Because if you get bullied at a young age, you learn how to fucking deal with adversity. If you can get past the struggle.
And if you can't, it'll haunt you for the whole of your life and ruin it. You may become a murderer, psychopath,
we gotta siphon
insane,
out the
homeless.
weak somehow.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. Are we recording already?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh, God.
Gotta start this shit off.
A moral low ground already.
Just saying.
That's where we like
Bowling makes you tough.
Bowling?
Bullying.
Do you have like an enunciation problem?
Yes. I can't speak. Have you not figured this out yet?
No.
I don't know why I'm doing this shit.
You know How I Met Your Mother? There's that
no,
episode
I don't know
with
how you met my mother. But
there's that episode with the glass shattering when you make a realization about one of your friends. Like, she doesn't...
Can you, like, what was a glass shattering moment for Barney Stinson? Like he's a player?
I don't...
Or he's secretly a good guy?
See, you're putting me on the spot. I can't remember this shit.
Well, then how do you expect me to remember it, you fuck? Jesus.
Obviously, you've never seen it, so I guess you wouldn't remember. But anyway, that's kind of...
I've seen every episode.
Have you?
And I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more. Psych! I won't do that because I'm not even doing my marathon.
Nice segue.
Oh, shit. Dude.
Did we ever talk about that?
No, I think last time I was like talking about how I'm going to fucking just get it done.
Whoops.
Yeah, because at the end of the last podcast, I was like, I'm just going to fucking go for it and get it done.
What happened? Can we get a little recap? I think we missed another week. What?
See, what had happened was it was cold and I was like, why am I fucking doing this if I don't want to do it? And I was talking to my friend who wants to do a marathon with me next year. Like the actual Detroit Free Press Marathon.
Sure.
And I was talking to him, just getting talks, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, if I do this fucking marathon this year, then I'm gonna have to turn right back around and go right back into fucking training. I'm not gonna have like any time off or whatever. And I'm on like this journey of trying to like find enjoyment in life right now. And there's like a lot of fucking dope shit that I love in fall. Like, first of all, I love fall weather. It's my favorite. I love apple orchards. I love
70% of the population agrees with you. Just throwing that out there.
Well, you're not, because you're like
I agree.
opposite.
Fall's my favorite season.
Bitch. Do you like going out in the woods and looking at the
what does that have anything to do with fall?
Well, this is what I like to do.
I don't care.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
That's not what I asked.
Yes, too bad. You're going to hear it. I don't fucking care. I want to like go out and hunt and go out and just go travel throughout the fucking woods and shit and take pictures and do other things like that. So basically it all summed up to I had 3 yearly goals. First one was to get my mom's a house, which is happening tomorrow, motherfuckers.
That sounded like fake enthusiasm.
Because it almost don't sound real yet. Like, it don't feel real is what I should say.
That makes sense.
Like, my mom keeps sending me the fucking lease agreements like I'm some real estate agent. Can you go over these? And I'm like,
I don't know what it means.
I'm like looking up what words
I can't
mean.
read. I'm Nicholas Martwinsky.
I'm looking up what these specific words mean. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know what this means, man. And I'm like, you should have somebody else look at this shit. I think it looks okay, but I question this part. I'm not going to go into the deep of it because it's not anybody else's fucking business about what's in the contract. You know what I mean? But it is a land contract, which you ultimately had to get because mortgages were fucking us over. Giving us pre-approved mortgages and saying you're approved for X amount, and then all of a sudden they say you're not anymore. And it was just causing her to run her credit line even more and making her credit drop. And then we were losing houses because we couldn't fucking get a fucking loan in time. It was just a fucking headache. So that was one goal, which check, done, fucking good, awesome. Second goal was getting the podcast going and generating passive income from the podcast.
Oh, was that a thing?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Basically, from
that was a joke about us not making any money. Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Thank you.
Anyways, so that one I was like, that's not realistic at all because if I wanted that to happen, I would have to like fucking give my all on the podcast, and wasn't willing to do that because I have way too much other shit going on.
Obligations, man.
Yeah, real life shit.
Life finds a way to get in the way.
I'm trying to find that work-life balance thing. So I accepted the fact
70% of the population agrees with you.
Sure, you keep saying that 70% number. I fucking accepted the fact that that's not going to happen, but I'm happy with the progress that we made.
Yeah.
As far as the podcast, everything. As far as like editing, with the fucking ideas, how much better we are at talking on the podcast, the whole process. And it was fun, and it's still fun.
If you listen to our first episode, I'm pretty sure I don't talk at all. And I mean,
I'm pretty sure I mumble every fucking word.
We've improved so much.
And I go,
you like, still do that, and it bothers the fuck out of me.
I did it every fucking 2 minutes back then.
Still bothers me.
Yeah. And then the marathon was like a big one that I really wanted to do on my own. But I was like not enjoying it anymore. I really want to get back into other types of working out as far as like lifting weights again. Because I literally have been jogging this whole fucking year.
Right. It was marathon.
Because I didn't train the right way at all. Like in my head when I first started this journey, I was like, marathon ain't that bad. I could easily do that. Like I've done Insanity for fucking the 60-day program. I did that shit like three times in a row when I was like huge and I lost all kinds of weight. I'm very disciplined in that sense, and I could fucking do it.
Right.
And then the stress of like real life shit and everything just combining in general made the whole running process miserable. And I did not put the work in as far as prepping at all.
Right.
Like when I first started jogging, I was just, okay, I'll jog like 4 miles today, then I'll jog 5 miles tomorrow. Then I'll take like a 3-mile jog, and I'll jog 8 miles and shit like that within like my first 2 weeks. And I was doing it, but like I was getting burnt out really fucking fast. And I didn't know what like the right way to do it. And it took me like, I'm the type of person that like I don't even know how to explain it. Like I have to do something consistently before I will try a new way. Like I gotta get comfortable doing it one way before I like explore new ways.
So say you come across this house, right, and you want to get in the house. First, you see yourself a closed door. You don't care about the door. You go straight for the blank fucking wall, and you just keep bashing yourself against it until you break through it somehow.
It might be the dumbest metaphor I could have thought of, but I guess
that's kind of exactly what you just described.
I don't think I was running into a fucking wall.
That's basically what you described. You literally did a motion of your hand against something.
I was jogging, but I was not doing it correctly.
Right.
I wasn't jogging different types of jogs as far as like certain days I would have interval jogs or certain days of long distance jogs. And I always thought that like you had to jog at a faster rate than what you wanted your marathon average to be. And shit like that. So basically I had like no fucking knowledge in it at all. I didn't do the research before. I just try to like go in and do it. Like I'm the motherfucker that if I'm trying to set up a piano or something, I'm not going to read the instructions first. I'm just going to fucking try it. And then I get fucking frustrated halfway through because I realize I forgot a bolt in the middle of it and I have to take the whole thing apart and try it over again.
Did you do that?
I've done that several times. Not with a piano, but I've done it with like computer desks.
Well, you're pointing to the piano right next to us.
It was right next to us. So it was my example. So like for the first few months of this year, that's what I was doing.
Right.
And we were balls deep in the podcast. And we were going really, really hard on this, which I enjoyed. And then between that and working out, or between that and my mom's house, and that time I was like super deep into my mom's house.
Right.
Because I had to like get her credit up. I had to do all kinds of shit.
It was kind of all put on you.
Yeah. And I had a pressure from everybody as far as like my house that my mom is in right now was falling apart, still is falling apart. So I had pressure of like, okay, I got to get my sisters out of there. I had pressure of I got to get them out of there before school starts. I had pressure of my whole family. What's going on with the house? How come, like, are we finding anything on the market? But like nobody else was like, people were helping, but nobody had the pressure that I had. But ultimately I put the pressure on myself.
Right.
Because I felt like I needed to do it. And that was super stressful. And that was like all the way until fucking June. And then June I had a vacation when I went to Jamaica. Mm-hmm. So like pretty much when we went to Jamaica, came back, the training started all over again. So like everything that I did before pretty much was, it was like okay, but it wasn't like useful and it wasn't efficient training.
So you had to start from scratch anyway?
Yeah. So then I started doing research, and then I was like, okay, I'll get something for my knee because I got a bum knee. And I like just like little shit like that. So I started researching different types of ways to jog, and I was like, oh wow, I should be doing different fucking types of runs, and I shouldn't be running on these days, and I should actually find a plan. So I found a plan, and then I started doing it, and everything was fine. Then I started having like hard times with the long distance jogs, and I eventually started like conquering the long distance jogs. But by the time I got all that done and I was like putting myself in the right position, it's already fucking fall and the year's almost over. And I was like, you know what, if I'm doing the marathon, like an actual signing up one next year, I'm okay with that. I feel like all the shit that I put in this year was good work and it was a good lesson. It's not like I definitely lost my goal for sure. I'm taking it as an L, but I learned a lot from it.
Plus you got 2 other W's, so best 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah, 1 W. Don't about no passive fucking income.
We'll get there.
As far as how much work we've done, yeah, I like it. Mm-hmm. And we still got time. Who knows? Maybe we'll fucking blow up.
Right after this episode. Someone give us some money.
Jesus.
Too much? It's on the nose? You know what I love about this part of the podcast? Because every time you tell what's going on in your life, it's always, you know, these deep and sophisticated, like...
Sophisticated?
Not sophisticated, but like, I mean, it's deep and internal things being brought out.
It's because I like being honest and I want people to know it.
Yeah, for sure. And then we flip over to my side. And now, the story I'm about to tell you is not any of those things. But, I mean, it's something. So this week, as you already know the story, I'm not going to be so fucking dramatic about it.
Okay.
I was playing a game.
What game?
It's called Kingdom Come. I did a review on it. It's a very realistic, historical, medieval
the Skyrim
RPG.
real-life game.
Exactly. It's Skyrim, except it's historically accurate. And it doesn't allow you to save very often because it's historically accurate, and when you're doing things and making decisions, you don't get to save at all. Because that's not how life works. You just gotta fucking do it, and you gotta face consequences.
I've physically seen you save the game.
Okay, you can't sometimes, but you have to either have a potion on you called Save Your Schnapps. It gets you drunk.
Oh, okay.
Or you have to go to sleep.
I thought you were just justifying your laziness of not saving throughout the game.
No, that doesn't make any sense. So I get in this fight with some Cumans who at the time were Muslims occupying modern day Spain.
Them damn fucking Muslims, man. They're taking over everywhere. There's like 1 billion of them.
I was just waiting for it. I was waiting for the racism.
I'm not allowed to say that. I got fucking
Doesn't
5
matter.
Arabic sisters.
Doesn't matter. I thought it was 6. How many?
I got 6 sisters, but face not Arabic.
Oh.
She's whiter than me.
Anyways, so these Cumans, they're invading the middle of Europe, and I'm some fucking peasant, and I'm for some reason fighting them off. And I started getting my ass beat, and I just got some brand new armor. Armor is not super easy to come by, you should know. It's super expensive.
How'd you get it?
I bought it.
You bought it?
Yes.
How'd you get your money?
I worked hard, and people gave it to me for my efforts and labor.
What did you do for your money? I'm curious.
Hunting.
Hunting what?
Animals.
Okay.
Fair game in hunting areas.
I'm just saying, I've seen you do some shady shit, man. I've seen you in your own camp in that game, and you knocked out somebody who was already sleeping, and then you stabbed them in the fucking head.
No. First of all, you got that all wrong. Here's what happened. See, this was actually right after that in a different time.
And there's like something wrong with you.
I'm not a murderer. I needed a place to sleep, and there was a guy on a tent and nowhere else to go, so I just tried to like knock him out unconscious. and then move him.
You're not helping your case.
And I tried to move him, but instead of moving him, I clicked the kill button and I smashed his face in. It was.
You're like Charlie from fucking It's Always Sunny.
It was.
Bashed his fucking brains in the ground.
Yeah, it was pretty. That was pretty intense. But in this case, I got my ass beat. I was frustrated. I was wearing these super nice gaming headphones. I took them off and whipped them into the fucking ground because...
Rage quit, bro?
Yeah.
25 years old rage quit?
I did, 100%.
It's okay.
It was definitely a rational experience, and I'm not very proud of it.
That's something that you immediately regret.
That's what happened.
The second you do it.
Before I even threw it down, I was like, those are broken. Yeah. And then they hit the ground, and I just like held my head down.
Do you ever like... When I rage quit... I like think that I'm going to rage quit before I rage quit.
It's premeditated?
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I'm better than this.
But then you do it.
But then I get even more mad at the game, and I get so frustrated. And sometimes I'm like, I walk around, do a lap, and I'm still breathing. But I just get so angry, and I feel, I have to do something. And that's when like the controller would get thrown or something like that.
I'm usually pretty good about that when I'm like out here, or if I have a controller in my hand. I'm good about controllers for some reason. I've learned my lesson, I guess.
Yeah, you've broken too many.
But for some reason, these headphones, I just flopped them down like they were fucking nothing. Like Thor in the first Thor, where he had enough coffee, is like another, just like that.
I want to do that one day at a restaurant.
It would be fun. So that was pretty depressing because those are really nice headphones, and I had nothing else to listen out of because my computer has no speakers.
Was that like at night?
No, it was like halfway through the day, so I had to go through the rest of my day with no sound.
I was gonna say you could have salvaged the day if you wanted to, but did you like purposely force yourself to live in misery for a little bit?
I think I might have actually. I definitely could have just gone and bought some that day, but I was like, man, I gotta go buy some new headphones tomorrow.
Yeah, the self-discipline or like punishment, not
self-punishment. Yeah. So then I went and bought these Bose. What are they called? I'll find the name real quick. These wireless Bose headphones that are basically supposed to be beat replacers. Because in case you don't know, Dr. Dre's Beats are not the best.
Hey man,
headphones
don't talk about
for
the
the
OG.
Money. Like in terms of sound quality, it's not that great.
Would you consider him the GOAT as far as producing? I would say so.
I guess so.
Him, I don't even know who's like a second. Maybe Kanye?
I don't think you know that many producers, honestly.
No, I don't.
So
maybe Kanye has to be top 5 though, right?
Has to be?
I imagine so.
Yeah, he does. I was gonna put him at 2, but
he got a shit ton of Grammys.
I don't know enough producers. Anyway, headphones are called Quiet Comfort 2.
Quiet Comfort 2.
They are like $365. So this was a bit of an impulse purchase for me.
Did you get lured into it from a salesman at the store?
No, I did not. I went in, I knew exactly what I wanted to get.
Did you go Best Buy?
I went to Best Buy because there's one like right next to us, and I was going to go in, I was going to find the best sounding headphones that I could find. That was my goal. I found some headphones. They were $365, but damn, were they good. There's a Google Assistant. It'll connect to your phone, and you can ask it for updates just like Siri, but it's useful.
You have to say, okay, Google.
No, you don't. There's a button.
Okay, cool.
You press it, you talk into it, it gives it to you on your phone.
I hope anybody who has an Android got fucked over when
okay,
I said
Google.
That.
Yeah. That is funny. What else? You can connect to something else other than your phone. So
multiple Bluetooth connections?
Yeah, so I got it from my computer, right?
That's
so
some next level shit right there.
I was worried that it would only be able to connect to my phone, but then it just connected to my computer. So I can easily listen to both at the same time. The sound is ridiculous. They're also noise canceling, so I don't have to listen to your dumbass most of the time. It's actually...
You don't gotta, like, review a headset.
That's what I'm doing.
And take shots at the same fucking time.
That's what I'm doing.
That's kind of fucked up and rude.
It was $365, and I'm upset about it.
I don't give a shit.
And I'm letting that anger out on you.
I'm glad you found your outlet.
I also got a $99 protection plan just in case I rage quit again.
Oh, was it the Geek Squad one?
Geek Squad.
Geek?
No.
Squad?
It was not the Geek Squad.
Good.
It was just
those people.
Just a warranty.
Okay.
For like 5 years or something.
That's dope. Does it cover rage quitting though?
It'll cover everything. If anything happens, I'll get a new one.
You're pretty excited about those headphones because as soon as I came back home from Chicago, you're like, Nick, come here. And I was like, what? No, you walked to me.
I came to you. That's not something I do.
Yeah.
I came out of my room to you.
You came out of your safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave me your headphones. You put on Kendrick.
J. Cole.
J. Cole?
Yeah.
That was Kendrick.
It was J. Cole.
One of the two. Hey, they're both just as good.
The reason I wanted to show you is because the bass is ridiculous.
Yeah, the bass was good.
It feels like you're listening to music in your car, except it's right on your eardrums.
Yeah.
It's not too loud though.
And there's not that many headphones that do that. Like my shitty They're not shitty. I actually like them. They're
There's like a mid-grade.
$25 Mopar. That's what they're called. Headphones. Like, I'll give these guys a huge recommendation because I've had the same pair of headphones for like the past 6 months that I wear that are that I jog with.
Right.
And those are the ones that wrap around your ears. They're not like actual like.
And you're talking about in-ear headphones as well.
Yeah, because
I'm talking about over-ear headphones,
Right.
just in case we can clarify.
And like normally, like I can't wear like the regular Apple headphones or anything like that.
Me neither. Fall straight out.
They always fall out of my ears.
hate
Always.
those.
So I have to get the ones that wrap around the ears. And I used to have the Apple Beats all the time. I forgot what they're called, like Power Beats or some shit.
Sure.
I bought 3 pairs of those. One of them got ate by Saint Bernard. The other 2 died and like from water damage because of my fucking sweaty ass within the first like 3 weeks of having them.
That's a tough problem to have.
Yeah, I like it's shitty. Like I pay $100 for these. I get fucking frustrated, and I have a warranty on them. But like one of them, I just straight up ripped in half because I have an anger problem when I'm fucking working out, and my headphones don't work. I have an anger problem with technology not working in general. Like if technology doesn't work, and I don't know why, it pisses me off more than almost anything in life.
I'm pretty sure like 70% of the population would agree with
If
being
you
frustrated.
don't shut the fuck up. with your
3 for comedy.
70%. There was one time I was at LA Fitness and I was jogging and they fucking died out on me mid fucking treadmill jog and I had like 2 more miles to go. And I hate jogging without listening to shit. I hate it because all you do is listen to your fucking breathing and it gets worse for me and I fucking like mentally like it's like I get fucking exhausted. I fucking grabbed him and I ripped him right in half.
Jesus
This chick
Christ.
next to me looked at me and I went like that was like when I was like flirty with chicks like before I you know got settled down.
Yeah, hooked up.
Yeah, and I go up to chicks at the gyms. I'm like, hey, I bet you I'll beat you at your race. What are you trying to run to? And like they'll be a mile in, and I'll just like try to be like that cocky, arrogant asshole. You know
You're on
what I
a
mean?
tangent of a tangent.
Anyways, I did that to this chick, and then like the whole time we're like chilling, that cool, and then I like fucking got mad. I ripped her right in half. She looked at me. She like looked the
She
other
was
way.
right next to you?
Yeah, she
Oh
did
my
not
God.
fucking talk to me or look at me for the rest of the fucking time because I was just like livid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So.
Mopar, I've had the same set for like 6 months.
Oh, that was a tangent of a tangent of a tangent. Oh, no.
Yeah, I highly recommend them. They're like $25 on Amazon.
You're not being very specific. Just Mopar. Just
Mopar
Just look up
headphones.
Mopar on Amazon.
look up,
the $25 ones.
Wrap around ear headphones. That's what I
Jesus.
did, and it's like the top one.
You're the worst. Instead, go to Best Buy and buy some Bose Quiet Comfort 2s. We should get paid for this. Shout out to Bose and or Mopar.
While you were rage quitting, I was in Chicago, so I went to like.
We already did your personal story. You got your time.
So what? I want to talk about Six Flags.
No one cares about Six
They're
Flags.
Hollow weekends. It's not Hollow weekends because that's what like Cedar Point
That is
has.
probably patented by
Sure,
Cedar Point.
whatever. But Cedar Point's better. Anyways.
Yeah.
Six Flags.
Yeah.
What should I say? First off,
It
was cold as fuck.
Yeah.
As fuck.
Bad time. Bad time to go to roller coaster.
It said
Ice.
on the iPhone, you know, the lovely weather app that's never correct.
Yeah.
It said it was 44 degrees. So I'm like, okay, I think my North Face and my hoodie and pair of jeans will be fine.
Yeah.
Be okay. I might even wear a hat. I brought a hat with me.
If it gets a little too chilly.
I fucking first 2 minutes of being there, I regretted everything.
Damn.
I started shaking, and I was wearing my stupid skinny jeans because I'm trying to show off my figure.
Obviously.
I got like nice legs and shit.
No, you don't.
And like a nice booty.
Nope.
You know what I mean? It's like it's nice for a guy. Like, I get compliments out.
That's like a giant potato.
All I'm trying to say is I get free drinks when I go to a gay bar. Okay? I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right, then.
So we go to Six Flags. First of all, I fucking got it for free. I smuggled my way through because
You got in for free?
we have season pass tickets, but apparently you're supposed to keep the pass. Like
Yeah.
I thought you could just like get new tickets every time you get there. So we had to get new tickets when we got there. So I go to the fucking ticket booth area and I'm like, hey, I have season pass tickets, but I don't have them. Can we like print out new ones? I go, yeah, sure. What's your name? And I'm like, Nick Martwinsky. And they look it up and they're like, I don't see anything under your name. I'm like, well, I didn't buy them. My girlfriend's grandma bought them, but my ticket had my name on it. She goes, oh, what's her name? And I straight up fucking forgot her name because they call her, like, her family, her, like, older people have nicknames.
Sure.
Like Daba or, like, my Nana, shit like that.
I'm pretty sure
So
100% of people.
that's not me.
Yeah.
No, my family was grandpa and grandma.
Okay, but what about your other grandpa and grandma?
Grandpa and grandma.
How is that not confusing?
Huh? No, it's not. They never met each other.
Okay, but you're talking about them in, what if you're talking about both of them in the same instance?
My mom's mom. My grandma, my mom's
Oh, yeah,
mom.
grandpa and grandpa had a great time.
what I'm saying.
What?
That's what I would say. My grandpa and my mom.
Grandpa and grandpa are playing chess. Grandpa
No,
won.
they never ever mingle ever. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, whatever. It's a flawed concept. Is all. Name your grandparents differently.
Anyways, I straight up forgot her fucking first name, and Sam, my girlfriend, is trying to find her so we can like get tickets from her because they're already in the fucking park.
Because you didn't know her name.
Yeah, and
Sam didn't know her name.
She wasn't there with me.
Oh.
So I called her. She don't answer. So I'm getting fucking pissed because there's people waiting in line, and I'm like, of course this shit happens to me. And I was like, look, she's in the park somewhere. They're not answering the phone. I don't know. And then the chick was like, okay, I'm gonna see if I can look up other things. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bitch, what are you looking up?
What could you possibly be looking up? She looking for her?
And she kept looking around like for a manager or something, and she couldn't find him. And she was like, she printed out a ticket. She was here. Just take this, go in the park, go find your grandmother, come back here, come back to guest services inside the park. And I was like, dope. And for the folks at home, I had a big ass water bottle full of Jameson in my backpack. I had a fucking weed pen from my girlfriend in there.
Oh boy.
And I had to go through security twice because I already got through the first time. Realized I forgot we had to get the tickets outside. So I had to go back out of security. I already thought I won the game. I thought I was like, yeah, I'm fucking the G, you know what I mean? I'm 007 in this hell. And then I had to go back through security again. But those motherfuckers are so cold. They didn't even like look through the bags at all. They're like, okay, you're good. And then we get in and then I find them and I'm like, hey, no, before I get in, sorry, once I get past security, I see Sam. Because she's like, she can't really get in the park. And I'm like, hey, I got this ticket. I'm going to try you guys both in. So I go up to the guy at the place. I'm like, hey, we have season pass tickets. I just talked to guest services. The person that bought them is her grandma. She's in the park in there, but it's in her name. So we got to go in there and get her. She's not answering her phone. They gave us this ticket for us to go in. And he's like, okay, where's the other one? I'm like, they just gave us just the one. And he's like, went to go talk to his manager. And I was like, I told him the story. I couldn't even finish it. I was like halfway through. And he's like, okay, just let him through. And I was like, okay, dope. And then fuck that. We didn't go to guest services. There was no point. We're not going back there.
You are awful people.
We smuggled our way through.
Every single one of those people that you interacted with did something nice for you and gave you the benefit of the doubt, and you abused their confidence.
Yeah, but it's not like I got in, like I scammed them. I did get season pass tickets.
That's true.
See what I mean?
You did buy it.
I just didn't want to like go through that shit again. There's no point.
Okay, that's fine.
But like, the roller coasters were cool. We only got to go on like one big roller coaster, the Superman one, because my girlfriend's cousins came, and one of them is like, he loves fucking roller coasters. The other one was he was like me back in the day, pussy. I'm not going on that. Blah blah blah. So we had to like go on like, I was the only one that was going on sissy rides with him because everyone was like annoyed with him and they weren't gonna go on the rides with him. But I felt bad. I was like, okay, I got you, little homie. So we get on like the stupid pirate ship and shit like that. I was like teaching him to put his hands up. I'm like, see, cool. And I was like, hey, when you get that tingling, it makes you feel weird downstairs, don't it? He goes, yeah.
What?
And I was like, dude, if you don't like that, just scream. Like, screaming, it helps. And he's like, okay. So then we fucking convinced him to go on a wooden roller coaster, like a Gemini.
Sure.
And like, the first big hill, he was like holding his mom in like in a fetal position. It was pretty funny.
That's rough.
But then halfway through the fucking ride, of course he loved it. But he was just too chicken shit to go on any other rides. And by that time, it was fucking so freezing. We were like, fuck this. We left the park for like a minute.
Were the lines long?
Yeah. They weren't actually, the roller coaster rides weren't that long. But when we came back, because we had to go fucking rebundle up, we all fucking underestimated that weather. It started fucking hailing at one point, dude.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That would be awful on a roller coaster. It's getting pelted at high speeds?
It didn't hail when we were on the ride, but it was hailing when we were like waiting.
So it hit someone.
Whatever. I don't give a fuck. But so we get back there because this is all Halloween weekends. We came there for the haunted houses and shit. And they started at 6 o'clock. So we get there like 5:45. There's a big ass line because there's like this place where like they had a countdown of all the monsters that come out. And we're like, it's like 10 seconds left. And the fucking, you know, like the purge. Like,
yeah.
And like that was going off. And like a demon was talking. So the monsters are come out in 5, 4, whatever.
Right.
So they come out and they start like doing their thing. They're acting their skits. And they're like half naked. So I don't know how the fuck they, because they had like makeup on their skin and shit. There's people like dressed like barbarians and whatever. And they summon the demon who's like the demon of the park.
Okay.
And they summon the demon. He's like, I'm going to take all your souls. I'm going to take all the souls in the park. And I'm like, okay, I guess I could see how this is cool for like kids. That
Yeah, for kids and stuff.
And then like some dramatic music starts playing, some scary shit. And then all of a sudden it's like bass drop. And then like straight up techno shit just starts happening. And they all fucking start dancing like a bunch of fucking flash mob motherfuckers.
Spooky.
And the demon's just moving his hands like to the beat.
Like he's a puppeteer or something.
And I was like, are you fucking with my life right now?
This is Halloween.
This is not scary at all. This is stupid. So we all looked at each other like, are you serious? And then, like, whatever. We went on a couple of haunted houses, which were the first two, I'll give them credit, were actually good. Okay. And that's when I put out the water bottle, the Jameson bottle. So I was having fun, you know what I mean? I was like, ooh. And her grandma's dope. So she was like, I was putting some in her hot chocolate. She was drinking hot chocolate and Jameson.
Jesus. Grandma's got it going on.
And she snuck an edible in. For real. But she didn't eat it. Yeah, that's another story.
Okay.
Anyways, the first two were dope. The third one that we went to was like a 2 hour. No, the third one sucked. It was like a half-hour wait, and it sucked. No scares at all because they send people in groups. Like haunted houses, like a traditional haunted house, you pretty much just go in by yourself with your group of people. We had a group of 7, so we were hoping we were big enough to like go in these haunted houses by ourselves, get all the scares. Nope, they fucking put in like groups of 20.
That's ridiculous.
So if you weren't like part of the beginning of the group, you missed all the scares.
Right. The monsters are just kind of standing there. Just, ooh, gotcha. Ooh.
Because then they don't have enough time to set back up and shit. So like that's how it was for the third one, which was fucking stupid. Then we went to the fourth one, which was supposed to be the big one. It was like I said it was a maze. And like a maze you can walk through and shit. And it's based off of
most mazes
some movie, motherfucker, that just came out. And it was some stupid thriller, slasher, stupid haunted stupid movie. And I thought it was made just for Six Flags because it was kids at like a
that cheesy?
It was kids at an amusement park and they're at the haunted house shit. Did you bite your mug, you fool?
Just smashed it against my teeth.
Anyways, they're at like an amusement park. Sorry, excuse the idiot. And the people that were there, the monsters actually started killing people. So that was based off what it was.
They started killing people?
Yeah.
Actual people?
Yes. So that's what that was the movie, and that's what the haunted house was based off of. The haunted maze.
Gotcha.
We wait 2 hours for this fucking thing, and the line that you gotta wait in is made up because they don't have haunted houses there yearly, so they gotta make the fucking lines off like the water park areas and shit, and they have to like randomly add stupid gates and shit because it got packed. So it's like shoulder to shoulder, and I get claustrophobic when I'm that close to people and I don't see an exit. I fucking get claustrophobic and I get moody and I get antsy. So the whole time I'm trying to keep my cool. And I'm out of Jameson at this point. So I'm like, fuck, this is cold. I'm fucking losing my buzz. I'm sitting in a stupid ass line, freezing my dick off, and I'm fucking can't see the exit and I'm fucking just stuck. So I'm like, okay, just breathe, Nick. And like nobody's talking at this point because we've been out walking all day.
Upset.
Everyone's tired and cold. And we couldn't be around each other. We were on a straight line because it's so fucking packed.
That's awful.
2 hour wait, dude. I'm not even exaggerating. We finally get to the front and they let us in. I'm like, okay, this might be dope. We're the first ones in. So I'm
okay.
Like, oh,
so you're head of the group?
Yeah. The first room we walk in, I'll give them credit for it. It was kind of dope because it had like 30 mannequins all staring at you. And I'm like, this is kind of cool because it was kind of creeping me out a little bit. I'm like, which one of these motherfuckers are real? And like, but none of them are real at all. And then you walk through. There was like a couple of jump scares after that. Like nothing crazy, and it was like maybe 3 minutes. It wasn't even a maze.
3 minutes?
It wasn't even a fucking maze.
How is there no maze? Wasn't that what was advertised?
Yes. After that, I went up to her aunt and I was like, "Wasn't that supposed to be a maze?" And she goes, "Yeah, it was." And I was like, "That was some bullshit," because I was like annoyed. And then we all said, "Fuck that," we left.
I mean, yeah, you waited 2 hours for 3 minutes, slightly scary.
Yeah, so it wasn't really anything cool. I mean, for the little kids, I think they had fun, but the waits, the lines were not worth it. And they really need to get their shit together as far as putting the people through. I understand you got so many people waiting in line, but if you're going to put 20 people through at one time, you got to make sure the people that are working inside have their shit together.
It has to be tough, though. Limited staff and shit. Can you imagine just scaring people repeatedly over and over?
They should not have limited staff. They're making bank off those people.
Are they?
100%.
Is Six Flags making bank?
You got to pay for a ticket to get into the park, and then to go in the haunted houses, you got to pay an additional $45 ticket.
All I'm saying is you don't know their revenue stream.
All I'm saying is they didn't get their shit together because I ain't never going back to that shit. Fuck them. They lost a customer and me. And all the people that listen to this podcast.
Wow, yep. Everyone's going to listen to you. Huh?
Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. So overall, fuck the marathon. I'm doing it next year. I'm gonna do it with my friend, and I'm gonna try to convince my cousin to do it. So we'll see how that goes. He said if he can get to a half marathon by April, because he's gonna start training now, then he'll do it.
Is he actually?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it since. He did in his defense, he used to do long distance track and cross country. in high school. But that was in high school. It's been like what? It's been a minute for that guy. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, it has.
So, I'm excited.
Cool. What do you know about Red Dead Redemption?
You may not believe this, but I played the first game on PlayStation 2 and I fucking beat that shit.
You did?
Yeah, it was one of my favorite games. Me and my cousin Zach played that shit like religiously.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I did not expect that. You were right. You were wholesomely right. I was going to explain everything. Now I don't have to.
The fucking Indians in that shit were dope.
The what?
The Indians.
The what?
The Indians, man. I'm not allowed to say Indians. I got Indians in my family, I think. I don't know.
You got what?
Indians. Their fucking names are priceless. I forgot there was one captain.
I should have stopped you already. I'm going to stop you now.
There was one captain. I forgot his name, but it was like...
Captain?
Or whatever Chief.
Oh my God.
Chief... I forget what his name was.
Just don't say it.
Whatever. Chief Nosehead or some shit. All I remember is you fucking... There's a lot of dope missions, and it had a good story.
Yeah. In case anyone doesn't know, it's a Western game.
It was difficult, man. Doesn't his family get murdered or some shit?
Spoilers. Lots of people get murdered. But yes.
Is that why he's like Red Dead Redemption?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. So it's an open world game, which this is made by Rockstar Games, and all they make is open world games. In case you don't know, they make Grand Theft Auto, which is like the biggest game ever. Household name.
Is it the biggest game? No, it's not. Mario's the biggest game ever.
No, actually, GTA 5 is the most financially successful media title of all time. $6 billion in revenue. Higher than Star Wars' $4 billion.
Star Wars is number 2?
Mm-hmm.
I figured like the Mario series would be more profitable.
You're clearly putting way too much on that.
There's like 1 million games. And it's the most popular game of all time. It has to be, dude.
I don't think it is. Because it's clearly GTA 5. Or it's just the most profitable, but it's because all of the fucking microtransactions
and now we got all these fucking kids doing these school shootings because of GTA.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I couldn't even say that.
During the 90s, we had a bunch of Italian kids jumping up and down some pipes and shit.
I played...
No. Something. Riding turtles.
I played Vice City like a motherfucker.
I did too. I don't think I was allowed to. I played it on my dad had a cracked disc. I think I snuck it into my computer once. Gave it a little whirl. I think it was definitely too mature for me, so I turned it off.
My mom didn't give a fuck. She let me play whatever I wanted.
So that's why you're the way you are.
Yeah. Whoever says that shit about games, like for real, or fucking, they're just ignorant and they're trying to find an excuse.
Yeah. That's all it is. Yeah. Mostly ignorance. So, anyways, just keep that in mind that Rockstar Games makes probably like every single time they make a game, they one up the one before it. So GTA 5
So they're making a Red Dead Redemption 2? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
It comes out tomorrow.
Whoa. Did you already pre-order it?
I did not. It came up on me very soon as well. I thought I would have some other games beat already so I could be ready for it. Spider-Man's supposed to be done already, but I haven't played that in a bit.
I'm going to get past you in Spider-Man.
You are not. What percentage are you at?
I don't know. Last time when I played it yesterday, I was at 6%. And then I played
6?
I played for like an hour. And then I saved this. I don't know what I'm at.
I'm at 50%. So I don't think you're...
I thought you were at like 28%.
No, I'm at 50.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So get your shit together also.
But I do a lot of side mission shit. So I don't know if that
I do all the side mission shit.
The backpack?
Well,
the
no.
backpacks and shit, man?
I have almost all the backpacks.
I'm at like 30 out of 55 already.
You do way too much of the little crimes just along the street.
That's how he is, dude. He's always busy. He can't just go fucking do a side mission if there's somebody fucking getting fucking kidnapped in a trunk and it's always a guy in the game. I don't get that. First of all, how does a guy get kidnapped in a trunk? That's my only complaint about that game. That game is dope.
So everything's great with the game except there's no women in trunks?
Except they kidnap men instead of women. Women get kidnapped, not really. What's the statistics of men getting kidnapped? It has to be way
I don't think that was a number that they considered. Maybe they just have it 50-50 and you're just seeing dudes.
Say, bro. Well, yeah, I guess. But I've saved like 4 guys and no girls.
Wow.
I'm trying to say...
Sample size of 4.
Trying to get Spider-Man some like, oh, you're my hero pussy.
So why do you hate Mary Jane?
Because she ain't... Oh, you're my hero.
Wow.
She is...
That's because she started that way. She learned... She's learned
she learned that he's a fucking savior
failure he is.
Humanity, and he's selfless.
Tangent, we're on a tangent.
And
back it up.
She don't give a
back
fuck.
Back it up.
Fuck Mary Jane.
So, Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out on PS4 and Xbox One, right? Is that what that's called? I don't even...
One X or some shit? Isn't there like a new one?
Yeah, the new one is One X, and then PS4 is PS4 Pro, whatever. It's not coming out on PC, which is really fucking distressing to me because I play all my games on computer.
God damn it. I hope you don't get this game.
Rockstar does it all the time. Why?
Because you're going to take over my
Spider-Man
time.
I'm taking that PS4 into my room or something. I spend a lot of time with it. So anyways, let me break down the story really roughly for you. You play as Arthur Morgan.
Is it the same person?
Nope. Because I thought you played through the whole...
Does he dies at the end? I don't remember. I know there's a huge shootout. Spoilers of a fucking game that's like 18 years old.
I guess so. If you haven't played it yet, you're not going to. Or you might, if you want to prepare for Red Dead Redemption 2. But whatever. Now you're going to know anything. Yes, John Marston dies in the end of the first one.
From the Indians?
The what?
The Indians?
No. Anyways, so you play as Arthur Morgan. He's a new guy. He's your typical rough and stoic Western protagonist, you know. He stands up on hillsides and looks glaringly into the sun and shit.
If I go back in time for any time I had to live there, I might pick the Western times.
Anytime?
Western. If I could be like a badass. You know what I mean?
What?
If I could like learn jujitsu back then,
would you consider going to the future?
No.
Seriously?
I'd be too scared. What? I don't even want to know what.
That's a risk reward, man. Think about how badass a badass in the future could be.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be badass in the future. I want to be fucking.
You're saying if I'm a badass. You think just because you go to the Westerns, you're gonna be a badass definitively?
I'm saying,
that's not part of the wish. You're just
know
gonna.
What I know now, and the knowledge I know now, and I can go to any time.
That's ridiculous. You're being ridiculous. That's an absurd. Really? It's an absurd fantasy.
I'm being ridiculous.
Absurd.
A fucking time machine.
Anyways. So, like I said, you're playing this typical Western protagonist. You're stuck in a pretty shitty spot. You're cold. You're starving. You're on the run. Apparently, Rockstar's game's idea for their Western setting is to have the plot go east. So you're on the run, going through places like swamps, even this representation of New Orleans. So not stuff that you typically see in a Western, but they flesh it out fucking beautifully. So
where do you think you start? Like in like a New Mexico type thing?
I don't know.
Texas maybe?
It's got to be...
It has to be. You have to be kind of close.
Well, it's a long fucking game. I know that much. So
swamps? Fuck that, dude. I ain't about to get ate by the alligator. Have you ever played Resident Evil 6 or 5?
Dude, I'm pretty sure it's 4.
It's 5. Right? Well, I don't know. Resident Evil 4 may have had alligators, but Resident Evil 5 was on the Xbox One.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, probably.
Those alligators scared me.
Great point. Okay. Avoid those in the swamps of Red Dead if you ever play.
That and sharks in Sea of Thieves. I have like a fear of those.
That game gave me like thalassophobia, which is a fear of the deep sea, in case you don't know.
Thalassophobia.
There you go. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, so this world, from whatever it is on the west all the way over to the east, is like the largest, most expansive and detailed world I think I've ever seen. Like, the way you move is incredibly realistic. Everything is exactly as you would expect it to be in real life. When you take cover, it's with weight. I even saw a gif of a guy riding a horse. He was on a bridge. The horse took a misstep with its back 2 feet and fell back first. Because gravity, you know, so it fell back first and landed on the guy who died instantly.
The horse can just randomly fuck up on you?
Well, if you fucking push it over a bridge, yeah. Oh. He was trying to hop up on a bridge and it got up there, but then it slipped back down because
how many horses I killed in that first game?
Are you serious?
Dog, I used to shoot the motherfucker. I shoot the horse so the motherfucker would fly off the
horse. I know a couple people who really dislike that in video games. Like, it'll turn them off completely. Like, if they have a dog companion and the dog gets hurt at all and like whimpers, they won't play the game.
Does his name rhyme with Fartin Ballrich?
Fartin Ballrich?
Yep. Am I right?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm gonna say that fucking vagina.
I can't believe that's the rhyme you went with. Anyway, it was great. So this game is incredibly realistic and detailed, and Rockstar apparently has infinite resources to throw into these kind of things. Unsurprisingly, they have $6 billion just from GTA 5.
Is that game... It's not gonna be like a game where they can like add add-ons to these games.
They 100% will. I'm pretty sure. You know, they've already done GTA Online with GTA 5.
Yeah,
it's basically just a separate game mode. I did. It's pretty fun. You make your own character. You fuck around with other people in the GTA world. And
I imagine just me getting murdered consistently.
Probably.
Annoyed and saying fuck it.
That's because you're bad at shit when you start it.
Yeah. I am 100% right.
So they're probably going to do a similar thing with this. Can you imagine a fucking wide open multiplayer Western where you create your own character, fucking rob a saloon?
I'd have to jump in immediately.
Like, yeah, you have to be there for day one, otherwise you'll be at a disadvantage.
I was thinking about that. I did a 5-mile jog today, and I was listening to this Halo player. His name is Gandhi. Mm-hmm. And he used to play like Halo and Halo 2. Like, he was like really good at Halo 2. He was like, their team Carbon was like one of the teams that finally beat Final Boss in Halo 2. Mm-hmm. They became like national champions and shit. And he was just talking about his journey from like how he first started playing Halo and then how he became like addicted to it. And he was like expressing like literally how addicted he was. And he's like, I literally wouldn't even eat. I would play the game non-fucking stop with his brother, and his mom like would have to like force them to eat sandwiches and shit because they were just so addicted. And he's like, you could hear like, he's like, it's like, I fucking missed that. I don't think I'll ever find anything else that is like that's how you know you're fucking in love with something. You're that passionate about it that you fucking forget about your self-care and shit like that. And I was the exact same way with Halo 3.
Oh no, you ate, bro.
I ate.
You ate.
That's not the point. I'm saying like how dedicated I was to like Halo 3 and to RuneScape, as far as, because he was also talking about in the beginning stages, like he thought that he would get good at the game by fucking just beating the game, playing it on Legendary campaign.
Oh.
Because they didn't have Xbox Live way back in the day, so the only time you ever played was if you did LAN parties, you system link to people.
Oh, really?
And he's like, hey, man, if we can just beat campaign on Legendary, we'll fucking demolish everybody. And that's exactly how I was with RuneScape. Like, when you're ignorant of trying to be as efficient as possible.
To improve, yeah. And
you're just playing the game to enjoy it, that's like the best. That's like the golden era. And I lost that. I can't play a game to just enjoy it. I have to be, if I know the game at all, I have to be efficient. Like, I cannot jump on RuneScape right now and fuck around like I used to and kill like level 20 of wizards and just get a bunch of ruins for like 4 hours. Like, no. If I want ruins,
you'll be wasting your time, I think.
Yes, no. If I want ruins, I know I can make more money doing this. It's a grueling clicking a tree, cutting down a yew tree or something like that for 2 hours, but I'll make more money overall so I can like buy those ruins, but it's not fun and it makes the game not fun. Mm-hmm. And I was like relating it. I was like, I relate to that so hard right now.
Damn. It can be like that sometimes.
Yeah, but it's whatever. That's part of growing up, I guess.
Everything in moderation, folks. Anyways, this game, overall, it has a pretty heavy and gloomy tone because a lot of shitty stuff happens to you as a Western cowboy.
Is this like does he have like a Punisher type background?
Oh, yeah. You watch, and this game is like like watching all that happen.
That's dope, dude. I've been watching Punisher.
I do know that.
Because Daredevil season 3
Can you stop going on tangents? Let me finish this fucking review, man. Fuck. Jesus, Punisher, every sentence. Every little sentence.
Punisher's dope. You should watch it. It's a good story.
Okay.
And the chick that's one of the protagonists,
yeah,
she's fucking fine. And she has a couple sex scenes, and you see her booty. She's your type, dude. She's like Hispanic. And she got like short hair. You know Pearl Gonzalez, UFC fighter?
No.
She's like her but hot.
Okay, I said no. That doesn't help me then.
Why you're talking out
Why'd you ask me if you're going to give me the example anyway? Anyways, so like I said, this heavy and gloomy tone, like I also said, it's a really long game, so it can definitely wear on you. She is hot.
Yeah, but like hotter.
Oh, damn.
That's like hot for a fighter.
Yeah.
She's like hotter. She's like, hot.
You have such a way with words.
Thank you.
I think the game could probably do with some trimming of some missions based on what I've heard. Like there's some really
playing it already?
Yeah, some reviewers, there's some really menial shit that probably just could have been optional. Not saying they had to scrap it. Apparently they scrapped like 5 hours of content already, but probably could have used a bit more.
I think you gotta be careful though with some critics. Like if something can be so good that they have to search for something that's bad.
No, yeah, for sure.
And like you can focus on it too much.
There's definitely an incredibly high amount of good in this game. Yeah, good. It's like 100 out of 100. I'm not a
These fucking solo games. It's like 90 nowhere. God of War, Spider-Man. Now this shit.
It's a new age, man.
Spider-Man's so dope. I just got to the part where you see Stan Lee. I was like, oh shit, Stan Lee! I forgot about this motherfucker.
Yeah, it is dope. Highly recommend Spider-Man to anyone with a PS4.
And God of War.
And God of War. Yeah.
In Halo 3. Just
hang on.
Fuck around.
Every single time I
go
talk
on
about
matchmaking and get your ass swept by me. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Did you hear that the Illich Foundation, it's kind of off topic. We're
transitioning to sports?
Yeah, they're trying to start their own TV network. Like instead of having the Red Wings and the Tigers on Fox Sports,
seriously,
like FSD, they're trying to do their own network.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Tigers, Red Wings on a new channel. Illich considering sports network.
So this would be specific to Detroit teams?
It'd be specific to the Red Wings, the Tigers, and all the affiliate teams related to them. As far as like the Grand Rapids Griffins and then like the college teams.
The games wouldn't be on Fox Sports Detroit anymore?
No, they wouldn't be. They'd be on their own channel. And apparently, Red Wings and the Tigers are number 1 and number 2 respectively in Michigan as far as like most televised watch shows.
That's not too surprising.
Right, so they could definitely handle their own network, and I guess like New York has like sports teams have their own network and shit like that. So it's not like an uncommon thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're like some people are saying, oh, it's definitely like a money pool because their contract they're probably running out with Fox, so they're gonna say, oh, we're gonna do this, and the Fox like, oh shit, no, you can't do that. They're gonna have them. It's like a negotiating tactic.
Sure.
Or they're trying to say it's like good.
I mean, I was gonna say that streaming is the next. It is the future. Everything's gonna be streamed soon. Channels are gonna be gone. Disney's streaming service is gonna fucking take over. I wouldn't be surprised if sports teams in themselves started replacing local sports channels. Because, I mean, we're watching the Red Wings or something, and those fucking commercials come on.
Dude, those things are rough.
I want to shoot myself.
Yeah, they even said, like, Fox Sports Detroit is a great partner, and we look forward to discussing renewal and extension possibilities. So it's like, I don't know if it's just like a money or like a negotiation tactic or what, but I think it would be dope if they have their own channel.
I guess so.
Because if you're like a like a hockey fanatic or a Tiger or a baseball fanatic, I don't know how you're a fucking baseball fanatic, but if you're a hockey fanatic and you get to watch like the Red Wings, and I'm sure they'll probably like start like their own like the Boston Bruins have their own like little TV series.
It's like an around the league or something, or
something. I forget what it's called, but it's a documentary of the teams throughout the league, and it like follows them. It's like kind of like a UFC embedded.
Sure. And
they show it on the NHL Network all the time. And I'm not even like a fan of the Bruins, but I'll watch it because you just get to know their personalities a little bit more.
See the hockey behind the scenes.
Yeah, and you get the like if you get to do that with the Red Wings and with their own channel, because you're gonna be able to put whatever the fuck you want on there, obviously, as long as it sells, which I'm sure it will if it's number 1 and number 2 respectively.
Right.
So you could have shit like that. And then you could have Grand Rapids Griffins on TV way more often because they're not on TV that much.
Mm-hmm. So
you get to see the younger guys go. And if you're a fanatic, you're going to watch all that shit.
Right.
And I'm sure like the Tigers, I don't really know how the prospect system works in baseball. Doesn't it isn't there like non-existent?
It's pretty much exactly the same as NHL.
Oh, is it?
They're affiliates. Sometimes the affiliates change, but yeah.
Yeah, but do you like baseball fanatics pay attention to the prospects?
Farton Ballrich has gone to multiple Toledo Mudhens game. That's the AAA affiliate.
Does he go just to go, or does he go because
he goes because it's a good baseball experience?
Yeah, but
and they enjoy watching team play.
Does he know like the players on the team and such?
I'm assuming.
Okay, I was gonna say like when I go to the Grand Rapids, I went to a game on Sweetest Day. Shout out to my ex, she bought me tickets. Here you go. And I was like dope because I want to watch fucking Anthony Mantha play.
Sure.
I was not impressed. He was lazy as fuck.
Damn.
He was like not motivated at all to play down there. He felt like he was NHL caliber.
Can't blame him.
Changed his mindset. Back then he was
Once he became an NHL player, or?
No, they forced him. That was like 5 years ago, dude.
Yeah, I don't think you gave me a timeline on when that was. So.
Yeah, it was like 5 years ago.
Thanks.
So I thought that was pretty dope about sports. And then, obviously, if somehow the Illiches can buy the Pistons, they could be on that channel too. And then we could see Blake Griffin ball the fuck out.
Yeah, I knew you'd have to say something about it.
I wish I had a fucking quote from Dalton earlier this week.
This entire NBA season, in case you don't know or follow it, it has started. And Nick has been, for some reason, praising the Detroit Pistons left and fucking right.
They're 3-0.
Slobbing on the knobs
they
left
beat
and right.
The Sixers, son, and probably
the Sixers with no Ben Simmons, son.
Probably the most entertaining game of the year so far.
Probably, yeah. But they would have lost against Ben Simmons.
You don't
Probably.
know that.
Guess I don't know.
You know that. You're just a Pistons hater for some reason.
I'm not a hater. I'm trying to be realistic with you, but you're
so
just
much.
all over him.
I fucking talk so highly of Blake, and you keep talking so badly of him, and then he fucking gets a fucking 50-point game, nearly triple-double. In overtime. And game-winning shot, clutch, fucking and one play with 1 second left in the game.
It's true. I gave him props for him. I came to you again. And I was like, bro, look at what Blake did.
That felt so good when you texted me like he balled out. Yeah, bitch. You're fucking lucky.
All I'm saying is that they still have to improve if they actually want to win against good teams.
I mean, they're winning against good teams, though. Who did they play? They played the Bulls.
Not good.
Not good. And then they played somebody else.
Who was also not good.
I think but they're facing Cleveland tonight, which is not good. And then I think they're facing Boston next. So Boston will be if we can beat Boston,
sure,
that'd be pretty dope.
That would be something. But
Blake is playing out of his mind. He's like the first Piston ever in the first 3 games to average more than 25 points and 8 rebounds and 5 assists.
Really?
He's had more than that every single game so far. It's only 3 games, so let's not get crazy here.
I'm pretty sure that's the only reason they've won.
Well,
is Blake.
Drummond had 20 points and 20 rebounds the first game. I don't know about 20 rebounds.
That sounds like a lot.
But it was like a double-double.
Yeah.
And he's like averaging a double-double. So, like, you got Drummond. Obviously, he needs to fucking stiffen up his mental game when he's going against other centers that are better than him.
Yeah.
Are like more talented. But Joel Embiid is a fucking little pussy motherfucker. He's like the Brad Marchand of the fucking NBA.
He flopped a couple times to get Drummond
I showed you that
out.
flop. That flop was the most embarrassing
I'm pretty sure he got fined for Are you sure? Actually, no, he got warned.
He got warned.
He got warned for violating the anti-flopping rule.
He needs to get suspended for that shit, dude.
Yeah.
That was like a pivotal moment of that game. It was the fourth quarter and we were down. And he literally doesn't even get touched. And he flops to the ground like Drummond murdered him.
Yeah, and he starts yelling, "Get him out of here! Get him out of here!" And they did.
Yeah, and it's shitty as fuck. And I don't know. Obviously, you can't get 6 fouls. But I don't know how that's just okay, how he can just flop like that and not get, like, is there, like, in the NHL, if you get caught flopping and, like, the other person gets a penalty, if they, like, see the replay of it or something, or they see, like, okay, yeah, his stick was there and you took advantage of it because you made it look like you tripped, but you flopped, so both of you go in the box. Like, is there, like, a thing where you both get penalties?
No.
That's shitty, man.
Well, the players are a lot more important in the NBA, I think. Like, to the game, since there's only fucking 5 of them.
Superstars.
Yeah.
And they get special treatment, apparently. Yeah. That's some bullshit, though. I seen that, I could not believe it. It made me even so much more happier that fucking Blake dunked on his ass and Blake dangled his ass.
And they won the game, so, it's fine.
Yeah, but still, it's just shitty. But the NFL was like the first, I don't know if you heard about this, they fired a ref, or they like suspended a ref or something because of performance issues. It's like the first time it's ever happened. Okay. So they're starting to hold the refs accountable.
Setting a precedent.
Yeah, it's fucking dope.
Yeah.
They need to do that shit for the NBA. And I also found out today the NBA is like the highest selling and the most viewed TV show in America, or sports network in America. And it's not like football anymore. Makes sense.
I think the Super Bowl will always still be the largest event, though. Maybe not always, but you know what I mean.
I mean, yeah. But to me, it's like, I feel like it's not fair because the football playoff system is completely different than almost every other playoff system. Like, that's like one game. But like the NBA and NHL, it's a series.
Well, yeah.
So you're going to be more inclined to watch the one game of the final as opposed to like the series every single game. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But that's neither here though. I don't know about the statistics on that, nor do I care. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. Well, speaking of the NFL, let's not change topic at all. I can do a little wrap up real quick. Not too much to actually talk about, even though we skipped fucking 2 weeks.
Not too much to talk about.
Not too much to talk about.
What about the Bears, man?
So the Los Angeles Rams are still undefeated. They're sitting pretty at 7-0 after destroying the 49ers.
Do I know anybody in their team?
The Los Angeles Rams. Do you know Todd Gurley? Jared Goff. They have Ndamukong Suh.
They have Sue?
Yeah.
Seriously?
And
I thought Miami Dolphins had Sue.
Aaron Donald, who is probably the best defensive lineman in the league. They have a great defense and a great offense. They have a great team.
How's Sue doing these days? Doing good? He's still balling, or is he still like?
He's out of the news, which I think is good. So you don't hear about him fucking stomping on people. He's more disciplined. I hope so. But I honestly don't watch the.
Is he performing well?
He's not the number one defender on that team. I know that much.
So maybe he does good in like a secondary role.
He's definitely not someone you want to face.
Dog, he's huge.
Yeah,
he's a scary guy.
And he's ferocious.
Can you imagine him as a MMA fighter?
No,
he might be too slow.
You know, a good comparison is what's his name?
Ngannou?
Hardy, Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy beats women.
I know. I'm just saying he's an example because he was a football player. He's a domestic abuser. Fuck that guy.
There's a lot of football players like Brandon Schaub, Matt Mitrione. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that. I knew Matt Mitrione because that's all they talk about him in his fights.
Yeah, Schaub was never NFL, but he was at college and he was trying to make it to the NFL.
Doesn't count. Anyway, so Los Angeles Rams will be facing a tougher opponent than 49ers. They should have beat them, so they did. Whatever.
Who are they facing?
Green Bay. It's definitely a tougher opponent, but they're still a 10-point favorite, which is the largest underdog that Aaron Rodgers has ever been.
Really?
Ever.
I feel like Green Bay is only good if Aaron Rodgers just like turns on.
If he's on, yeah, you're right. As a Bears fan, I've seen Rodgers do dumb shit to beat the odds all the fucking time. I got some PTSD from it.
As a Lions fan,
same thing. Yeah.
Do you remember that fucking pass he made like last year?
The Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was so stupid.
Yep.
And that was like some bullshit. Like they redid the last play of the game.
Yep. Go Rams. Anyways, somehow the Patriots managed they managed to outscore teams despite their defense giving up 30-plus points.
Brady's son.
They're scraping by, but they're still winning, and they beat the Bears.
You don't sound too happy about this.
The Bears are now 3-3 after losing to the Patriots.
What's the Lions?
I don't know. No one cares about them.
Let's look at this.
They're probably 4-3. They're 4-3.
Lions.
Stop looking it up. They're 4-3.
Record. What the fuck? Go ahead, talk, bro. Talk.
No, you chose to do this, so we're waiting for you now.
Are you putting the pressure on me?
Yep.
I might have like performance anxiety.
I see that.
Because like ESPN's
it's taking a lot longer than it should. You went to ESPN.
Don't fucking rush me, man. They are 3-3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong.
They're facing Seattle next.
They're gonna lose that. Anyways.
Really?
Yeah. Probably.
They're facing Seattle, then Minnesota, then Chi-Town.
It's very possible they lose all three.
And it's possible they win all three.
True. That's kind of what it feels like for the Bears. It's weird because, like, if they got a couple good bounces, I feel like they could be 6-0. But if they got a couple bad bounces, I feel like they could be 1-5 or something.
You're not too highly on them as you were last time.
They make mistakes. They miss easy shots. They have dumb turnovers. But they were still 1 yard away from winning the game against the Patriots.
Defense still really good?
It is.
Is it just their offense lacking?
It's like the best. It's low key like the best defense in the league.
Are they just young and making stupid plays?
That's exactly what they are.
Not a good coach.
The coach. It's the first year with the coach, and he's doing well. He's the reason that they have 3 wins, I should say, and they're doing as well as they are. But I mean, they'll get there. Don't worry. Some other standouts are the Chiefs and the Saints.
I like your optimism there.
Yeah, I gotta at least have a little bit of optimism. The Chiefs are still winning. Their offense is still firing on all cylinders. Plus, they held the Cincinnati Bengals to their lowest score of the season.
Is Cincinnati good?
They're all right.
Excuse me.
They can score. They have great receivers, so they're all right. They're all right. Yeah. Lastly, I'm just gonna throw this out here. I'm pretty sure the Saints are going to the Super Bowl. They're on a 5-game winning streak at 5-1.
You think
Drew Brees is apparently the fucking best QB in the world. He's incredible.
He's like the best QB to not win shit, right? Has he won a Super Bowl?
I think he has. Or was it the Ravens that beat him? I don't remember. I should know that.
He's always been known as like.
I'm pretty sure he won it. He won it. It was really important because it was around the time a hurricane hit.
He's never considered as like a GOAT.
Because he's in the shadow of Tom Brady.
But he has better
Peyton
stats
Manning.
than Brady. And he has better stats than Manning.
But he doesn't have as many rings
as
either. Well, he has as many rings as Peyton.
Peyton only has 1?
Mm-hmm. Against Chicago.
Peyton has more than 1.
Oh, he does have 2, which he got at the tail end of his career, right?
He fucking shut up. He won with Denver. Who'd they face? I don't even remember. I don't know shit about football.
Was it the Patriots? I don't think so. That's all I got for NFL.
That's it, man?
I told you it would be a quick wrap-up.
What do you think about the Lakers?
Going back to basketball?
Yeah.
They are 0-5.
No, they won their first game.
I didn't know that.
They
started 0-5, I know that much. So they would be 1-5 now.
Just look this up before I get yelled at. Like, oh, you're so wrong. How come it's like so hard to find? I just want to type in like Lakers record on Google and it should fucking pop up. Like, why? You know what I mean?
Are you on Google?
Yeah, it's not working. Well, what do you think? Like, are they gonna bounce back?
Obviously, they're gonna bounce back. They have LeBron James. Kobe Bryant even said if they go 0-6, he'll think about coming back and playing for him.
He's fucking lying.
It's Kobe. Don't doubt him.
I will never ever doubt Kobe.
They show flashes of greatness and flashes of exactly what we thought they could be, but there's also, I mean, some things to work on, you know?
I heard that.
Which is also something to expect, I think. 0-5, maybe not, but it is what it is. They'll definitely improve.
I heard that they're trying to overwork, or like the style that they're playing is not sustainable for LeBron because it's like a very fast-paced style, and like LeBron can't really. I don't know if he's gonna like hang with that all year. That's what like Stephen A. Smith was saying. He was concerned. They're 1-3. I don't know where you're getting your fucking factoids from, Dalton, but you need to get your shit together, sports guy.
Wow, that's
you understand me?
A little much, I feel.
1-3. So they lost to the good teams and they won against the bad team. But Houston was was it a close game? It went to OT, right? The Spurs was a close game, but DeMar played out of his mind.
Yep. I love that. I love that DeMar's playing well.
I love that both of them, Kawhi and DeMar, are playing well because...
Can you imagine if it was a Toronto-San Antonio finals?
It's never going to happen, but...
Says you. We got Vegas-Washington. That defied all odds.
There is no God Squad in the NHL. The closest thing is Tampa, and that's not the God Squad.
It just takes one team to beat them. One team.
The Golden State Warriors are equivalent to the 2002 Red Wings. Pure All-Stars, like pretty much.
Pure All-Stars.
Yeah, and that was when there was no salary cap in the NHL. When you got Brett Hall...
Well, this is with a salary cap, so it's even worse.
Yeah.
How did this happen? Who let this happen?
Because the fucking players are signing for dirt cheap. DeMarcus Cousins.
Just one of them. Well, not one of them. I'm sure there are other players on the bench that are taking
I'm almost positive. Iggy definitely did, right?
Yeah.
I'm almost positive every single one of them. I don't give a fuck. Every single one of them can make more money at different teams besides Curry. Curry got like a max contract, right?
Yeah.
But like Clay could get a max contract anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
KD could get a max contract anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Donkey can get a... Do you think he can get a max contract?
No, he's shit.
He ain't shit.
He's shit now.
Is he?
He ain't doing shit.
He ain't doing shit? He's just shitting all the time?
He's just shit.
Just shit.
Yep.
I don't know about that.
That's my...
Isn't he like really good defensively?
No, he's shit.
He's just shit in the bed?
He's just shit.
Shit in the field?
No, just shit.
I think you're hating.
Yeah. All I'm saying is it's not about the money. Is that all I'm saying? I don't think so.
No,
but that's my point now. I
think that it's what's going on with Golden State is shitty as far as the rest of the NBA goes. But it's still entertaining. It's the most viewed sport.
I guess it's shitty, but I mean, you can't really be mad at it. It's not like they did anything wrong. A lot of the good players there were homegrown.
They're the team. They used to be like that, right?
No, at least 3 out of 5. And you know the Pistons have Zaza Pachulia now?
Yeah, I know that. I knew that.
He's shit.
When they signed him, he's dirty as fuck.
Yeah.
But he'll be with the bad boys, so.
I guess so.
I don't know. Back to Toronto, though. I want Kawhi to ball out of his mind. And I didn't know how good he was at all. Because like when I first started getting...
You played against him in NBA and he stomped your ass every single time. More than LeBron. Man,
every fucking time you told me about him, he was injured in real life.
True.
So I could never watch him.
It's true.
This is like the first year that I watched him because I just recently got into that NBA. And he looks... It's weird because he's clunky and he's like pure fundamentals, but it fucking works.
Yeah.
Like he's not flash at all.
No, he's not. He's as smooth as he is social.
Dude,
which is not.
He's not social.
No.
I don't know how.
But he's a fantastic basketball player. He makes incredible defensive reads. He's super fucking smart.
I don't know how he got this far in life with that laugh.
He's super fucking smart and he's really long. That's how. Kawhi Leonard's definitely a beast.
But do you think DeMar is going to shine under Greg Popovich?
I feel like everyone shines under Greg Popovich.
That's what I was thinking. Like Kawhi without Greg versus DeMar with Greg. like who would you take? Toronto or San Antonio? I think I'm leaning towards the Spurs, if I'm being honest.
I'd take Toronto.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. Defense.
Doesn't the Spurs have really
feel like
defense?
Kawhi could shut down both DeMar and LaMarcus Aldridge just by being there.
Really?
I think it'll bother him.
You don't think Greg Popovich can...
I'm sure, okay, that's a good fact. It's a good point. There's a Greg Popovich factor. If he can fucking coach them through this season, keep them motivated.
Who's Toronto's coach?
Well, it's not Dwayne Casey.
Yeah, he's with the Pistons.
I don't even know.
3-0, and Blake's balling out of his mind.
Playing against scrub teams or injured
Reggie's
teams.
playing well, and it's a fucking good ass time. I'm fucking happy.
Time.
Good job, Pistons.
I think the reason I said 0-5 for the Lakers because Kobe said if they get to 0-5, then he'll join.
Well, it's not happening now.
No, it's not. They're 1-3. No more Kobe. Sorry for everyone.
He don't need to come back and ruin his or tarnish his legacy.
Tarnish it?
He ain't gonna ruin shit, but he don't need to come back. That's if LeBron's first fucking season, they have to bring Kobe back.
Hang on,
tells you something about.
Let me just throw some out here.
Kobe.
What if they're professionally tanking? First round pick.
Who's the first round pick? Is there like a?
They take Bronny James.
This year's
young 16-year-old Bronny James Jr.
You can't pick him at 16.
Put him on the Lakers. Put him right next to Dad.
Can't
Be the first father-son combination to play next to each other on the same court.
You can't do that at 16.
Kid will ball out of control. Better than Lonzo.
I heard he dunked the other day, though, which is pretty cool. So, good for him.
Yep, he's on his way to the NBA. What are you talking about?
LeBron said he regrets naming his son LeBron James Jr.
I would too. Can you imagine the expectations?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he has so much pressure on him, and it's not really fair. But in the same sense, he is built and raised to be an amazing basketball player. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if he's going to have the same drive.
Well, he says they're both...
You don't get that drive living in luxury. You don't.
I don't know. I think LeBron James can instill it in you. He says that both of his kids are super mature.
I'm sure
they do their shit.
I'm sure he's...
And Bronny is successful at his level, so...
I'm sure he is great. He's a great father. I'm sure he's a great role model. But you don't get that fucking fire inside your soul if you live in luxury. That's just my personal opinion. Like, I think you got to be like rock bottom to get that kind of destined for greatness.
I feel like there's no such thing as that kind of extreme.
It's an anomaly if you live in luxury and you could still be like considered like a great of whatever profession you're in. Like a Childish Gambino, that like name another rapper that
Jaden Smith.
I rest my case.
Why? His album was good.
I said a great rapper.
You didn't say great.
Yes, I did.
You said a rapper.
Jaden's not good. I cannot believe
he's good.
He's not good. He's trash. He's one of those stupid ass mumble rappers.
He is not at all.
I cannot believe you just said that. I legitimately cannot believe Jaden Smith was your fucking pick.
I can tell you haven't listened to the songs at all. So
I listened to some of his fucking songs. They all sound like stupid, like little. I don't even know, like little mumble rap songs. Am I right?
No.
He has good lyrics?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I doubt it, though.
That's you usually.
You want to talk about some MMA shit now?
If I said no, would we not?
Nope.
Okay.
I want to talk about a couple of things. Nothing crazy. First of all, what do you want to do? Do you want to do UFC 138 fight picks real quick?
38? I don't think we're that far ahead right now.
The Fight Night 138.
Ah. Well,
that's
sure.
This Saturday.
Sure. Might as well. Fights will already have happened by the time y'all listen to this, but I mean, that's okay.
It's all good. You can see if we are right or wrong or not.
They could be wrong.
Dog, I'm sick.
Dog.
I am sick and tired of picking with my heart. I want to start using my brain.
You keep saying that, but you keep picking with your heart. I don't understand it.
I am going to do it.
You're like a repeat offender.
I'm doing it.
You're the definition.
Remember I said I have to like, you know how you said I was running into the wall constantly?
Yeah, that is literally
I ran into the wall too many times with my picks.
We'll fucking see. I think you're at the drywall at this point.
Okay.
Couple more slams. Come on and slam. Man, welcome to the jam. Dude, you know LeBron's doing Space Jam 2?
You've been saying that forever, and it's never
happening. It's going to happen.
It's been like in production for like 8 years.
Yeah,
we're on fighting. We're done with this baseball shit.
Sorry. Baseball?
So, basketball.
Although there was some baseball in Space Jam 1, just saying.
So the main event.
Fart out your mouth?
Yeah. The main event is Volkan Oezdemir.
Vulcan.
You know, No Time. Versus Anthony Smith.
Okay.
Do you know who Anthony Smith is?
Vaguely. I remember him being super generic. But
I guess you can say that.
But I think his fight has impressed me more than his generic ass name.
He's an OG. He's been fighting for a long time. He has his record's 30-13 compared to Volkan's 15-2.
Okay.
So he has plenty of fights. He's been around for a while, but he's just now like finding a good stride. Other than that, you got Michael Johnson versus Artem Lobov.
The Hammer!
The Russian Hammer with a beautiful record of 14-14.
Why is he still fighting? I don't understand. And why against Michael Johnson? Who set this up?
The only reason why he's in the UFC is because he's a Conor McGregor coattailer. 100%. And then you got Misha Cirkunov versus Patrick Cummins, and that's about it. We're only going to do picks for those three.
Before we get too deep in MMA, I just want to make some breaking news announcements in the world of basketball, even though you said we're getting away from basketball.
It better be good.
The Houston Rockets are making a renewed bid to acquire Minnesota All-Star Jimmy Butler, including 4 first-round picks.
Holy shit. 4?
In their most recent trade offer, yeah.
4? That's like a fucking NHL trade there. What are you trying to do?
And they still won't accept it for some fucking reason. We'll see if that's real.
Holy shit.
Well, they started 1-3. I guess they didn't like that very much.
Okay, so slow down. Jimmy Butler on Houston Rockets.
So if you picture their lineup, you got Chris Paul. I don't know where he's have to play small forward with Melo coming off the bench, which he is already. Which is, I don't know if I told you that.
So who is their small forward right now?
I know this. It's not Chris Tucker. He's probably the power forward. I know it. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
So basically, like, Houston's, like, main threat, like, starting five is James Harden, Chris Paul, and then their center. Right?
Yeah.
But now they'll have Jimmy Butler on top of that, and plus even stacked bench now because of Jimmy Butler joining the team. They're not trading any players, it's just straight up 4 first-round picks.
Well, it just says it includes 4 first-round picks. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be any other players going the other way.
Jesus Christ, man. How come Golden State don't have to give up all these fucking stupid ass
Because Minnesota's kind of falling apart.
Are they, though?
Karl Anthony Towns in his latest game went like 4 for fucking ridiculous numbers, like 4 for 20-something.
Yeah, I heard he's not very motivated.
He didn't look like he even wanted to play. He told the coach to take him out.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe we were supposed to talk about the Jimmy Butler drama last time, but we just completely forgot about it.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it.
No, we didn't, because we talked about it at V-Dubs after the fact. Remember? Yeah. But, like, we both are on the same page. We agree with Jimmy Butler, right?
I mean, yeah, you gotta. Like, if your teammates aren't motivated to win and you're just sitting there fucking slumping it down with them, that's not good.
You got to speak your fucking mind.
And Jimmy Butler's got the drive.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Butler because from what I know about him, he was somebody that wasn't really destined to be like a great all-star right off his career. He was like a 4th-round pick or some shit like that.
He was going to be good.
But he was not supposed to be as good as he is. And
Absolutely.
he's like significantly improved every year. And he just looks like he has a lot of drive. And I respect people like that. And if you're playing with these like phenomenon talents.
Sure. Karl Anthony Towns, Wiggins.
Like Towns, he's just like built perfectly for a center and he could shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not motivated, like to me, I hate those players. Like Melo, I don't like players that you have the talent, but just because you have all that talent, you don't work hard. Almost like BJ Penn was for a little bit of his career. He was so fucking talented. Like, you would hear stories, he wouldn't come in the gym for months, and then he would come in one day and just fucking submit everybody and then walk away. But, like, you don't put the fucking work in, and that's why he gassed out so many times in fights and shit.
Right.
And he lost fights that he probably shouldn't have because he was facing people that were more, like, committed.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see how that's one thing in MMA, but if you're in a fucking team sport and you're committed as fuck to win, and you have the talent to win, but people are just like consistently like not exceeding their expectations. They're just
not even meeting them.
They're underperforming, and it's like they're content with it.
Mm-hmm.
I would lose my shit too. I would 100% lose my shit.
Yeah, can't blame them.
So him on Houston would be fucking interesting.
Yeah, if that team can hold up. Apparently, Chris Paul is a horrible teammate. Yeah, according to Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, I don't know if you could really just go.
It's not just Rondo. Another teammate chimed in.
Oh, really?
I was teammates with both of them. CP3 is a dick.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why are him and LeBron such good friends then?
Can't be a dick to LeBron.
Do you know that they were godfathers of each other's kids?
Yeah. Him, CP3, Wade, and Chris Bosh, they were all fucking best friends because they used to play on the Olympics together and shit.
Oh, were they?
Mm-hmm. So they would travel together and everything, became best friends.
What's
Melo too?
What did they say as far as he's a bad teammate, though? Did they go any deeper than that?
I don't know. I honestly didn't look too deeply into it.
CP3 looks like a nice guy. His face just he looks like a nice guy.
It's the eyes. He's got those like amber eyes. They're like brighter than his skin.
And isn't he like the lead of the NHL or not NHL NBA Players Institute Association, whatever it's called?
Players Union.
The
Players Association, yeah.
Yeah, he's like head of it.
Yeah.
So like, I would imagine it's hard for me to see him as a bad guy.
Sure.
And after getting spit in the face and you don't just straight up start swinging, like you can see that you're kind of disciplined. In that sense. Yeah. So I don't know if I agree with that.
That's why I didn't look too deeply into it, because, I mean, there's only so much we could even possibly know about that.
Maybe if you, like, hear somebody on the Houston Rockets speak up, then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe he is a bad teammate. Right. But it sounds like Rondo is maybe just jealous because CP3 is way better than him. Damn. He is.
Rondo's got championships, though.
Not because of him.
Yes, because of him.
Really?
He was a big part of Boston's big three with Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett.
I didn't even know he was had a championship.
That's where he started, and he fit perfectly, and he exploded onto the scene with them. Won championships.
Gotcha. Well, anyways, CP3's still a better player.
Yeah, that's true, but no championships.
But that's good I'm kind of nervous for Butler going to Houston though with Melo.
Yeah.
I mean, of all teams that you're trying to win a championship, no, if he just went to the Pistons.
No, man.
Tell me they wouldn't be competitive.
They do need to get an upgrade from Stanley Johnson. That would be great, but they're not going to give up 4 first-round picks.
No.
If that goes wrong, they're screwed. Yeah.
Oh, dude. And then Minnesota. That's something that Minnesota should go out for, is like a team that desperately wants to win and is willing to give up a lot to win.
That's Houston.
But Houston is guaranteed playoffs. And they're guaranteed to make it like at least the second round, right?
True.
So those first round picks aren't going to be worth as much as they could be in a gamble. Like I would trade him.
See, that was your logic in our fucking Red Wings game. It was like, we're gonna be great, so our picks don't matter. Trade.
Yeah, but they still want to fucking take the shit. We were trying to get some franchise players though. Let's be real.
Yeah, Tarasenko, some of the ridiculous rookies. Yeah,
we were trying to get like a really good defenseman for the Red Wings, and now I understand why they don't have one because those fuckers don't give up shit. We were trying to give we don't want to get too deep.
Back to MMA.
Get me fucking bitching. But yeah, Jimmy Bo, that's definitely interesting. So okay. The first fight we're going to take a pick on is Patrick Cummins versus Misha Cirkunov. Do you know anything about either one? First of all, go ahead and look at
taking a gander
at Patrick Cummins' mustache, the walrus.
I have seen that before. I've definitely seen the walrus before.
I respect that.
I do not think I've watched Misha Cirkunov.
Misha Cirkunov, when he first came to the scene, was like a dark horse of the division. Like, okay, we're finally starting to get some young guns that are like threatening and they look intimidating in that.
Sure.
But he's lost his last 2 fights.
Damn.
I'm almost positive he got knocked out by a Glover and he got fucking starched by No Time in like fucking 30 seconds.
Damn.
So this is his first fight back. He's lost 2 in a row. Patrick Cummins also lost to Glover via knockout, and he lost to Nogueira, Little Nog, in like a really, really good fight. But Patrick Cummins is, in my opinion, he's still underrated. He was like undefeated. He was 3-0 when he couldn't get a fight in any other promotion because everybody was like too afraid to fight him.
Really?
Yeah, and then Daniel Cormier was supposed to fight. I forget who he was supposed to fight, but the guy got injured.
Right.
So Patrick Cummins accepted the fight on like a super short notice. And like that's when the drama was like, oh, I made you cry in the wrestling mat. Like that was when that came up. I don't know if you remember that.
No.
That's what Patrick Cummins said. He made DC cry. And like apparently what stays in the gym in the locker rooms or what happens in there is supposed to stay in there.
Yeah.
And DC he knocked him out in like the first round because
he had to show him something.
Yeah, DC's a G, you know.
It's true. He's teaching people left and right.
Yeah, but I still like Patrick Cummins. Like after that, he won like 3 in a row, and then he lost. And he's like win, loss. He's a journeyman. He's not going to be a champion or anything like that. So, I mean,
he got the same amount of losses as Cirkunov, right?
Yeah, Misha. But I don't see Misha Cirkunov becoming anything too special either, unless he has dramatically improved his game. Because if he loses this one, that's 3 losses in a row.
When was his last fight? Against
When was it? It wasn't that long ago. Misha Cirkunov.
Because young guys do have a habit of making drastic improvements like that.
It wasn't a long time ago. It was December 16th. He got KO'd in the first round against Glover.
So he's had a long time to prep for the next fight.
And then he takes a long time before his fights. He
really fought, lots of gap.
He fought in June, and then he fought in December, then he fought in May, then he fought in December. And
2 fights a year?
Something. And then this year is just 1 fight this year. So maybe he did like go back to the drawing board because he got knocked out twice in the first round both times.
Right. Can't blame him.
And then Patrick Cummins, I believe he's on a fucking winning streak. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive he is.
Who picked first last time? There's no way we remember.
I don't know, dude. You want to pick first? Or you want me to pick first?
I'll pick first. I'll pick Misha.
You picking Misha?
Mm-hmm.
Good, because I was picking Patrick Cummins.
Wait, you can pick first then.
Patrick Cummins came off a loss. He just lost to Corey Anderson in a decision. But then he beat Gian Falante, who's like Chris Weidman's best friend and Stipe's friend, in a split decision. And he beat Jan Blachowicz before that. And he lost to Antonio Nogueira in round 1 KO. That was in 2016. I don't know why I remembered that.
Me neither. You don't remember shit, but you remember fucking Little Nog.
Little Nog's a fucking legend. That's why, son. Okay, so I picked Patrick Cummins. I'm picking the worst, and I think he's gonna. He has such good wrestling. He just doesn't really use it often. But Misha has really good submission game. Yep. So it'll be an interesting fight. But I am picking Patrick Cummins, and I think he's got a decision him. I think he's just going to be a little bit 1 step ahead of the game.
Okay.
Now we get to go to the fucking fun fight. Michael the Menace Johnson versus Artem the Russian Pussy Lobo.
Wow.
Dude, I listened to his fucking interview with Ariel Helwani. And you know I'm a counter hater.
Yes. And I know that when you get these predetermined mindsets, you tend to stick to them as facts fly around. That's a joke. I don't hate John Mayer.
Anyways, back to this. he was explaining like how the beef originally started, and I like remember how I told you this whole beef started because Artem was running his mouth about Khabib,
right?
And he said that he was running his mouth about Khabib because Khabib called Conor a chicken, and in Russia, apparently calling somebody a chicken or a rooster means that it's somebody who is in jail that gets raped.
I think I've heard that. Yeah,
it's like a huge insult in Russia. So Artem was defending his brother. He kept calling him. And he was saying, how is Conor a chicken when Khabib's always getting injured and pulling out of fights and Conor's never pulled out a fight? Which, that's true.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, but you, like in my opinion, okay, you ran in your mouth, so
Khabib, shit, get hit.
So Khabib can fucking retaliate. And then he said when they were both on that the New York card, Khabib's seen him in the, like I was like on Artem's side. Like,
were you?
Yes, I was like, I understand you're trying to defend your teammate. And he has a point about Khabib. Because back in like 2016 and such, 2017, he was getting injured like crazy. He almost retired because he could not fucking stay healthy.
Right.
And I was like, AKA, everybody was getting injured except Daniel Cormier. Like Luke Rockhold, he still gets injured. But I don't even know if he was training at AKA at this camp. Anyways, back to the story. He said that him and Khabib have seen each other many times before the New York event. And Khabib never like confronted him or anything like that. Which maybe he was only leaving it for like the fight game.
When it was cameras were rolling.
Maybe when he was weight cutting, he's a little bit more agitated.
Sure.
And he knows Conor's fighting on that card, and Artem's his friend, and maybe like the emotions started coming. Maybe that makes sense. You know what I mean? When you're not, I think fighters have two different mindsets typically, like in camp, out of camp.
Sure.
And he said when he's seen him in the New York and Madison Square Garden, Khabib went up to him by himself, just one-on-one. And they said, he's like, words were exchanged, like harsh things were said. And he said Khabib walked away. And then not even 3 minutes later, he said that Khabib came up with 15 people. I don't believe that for a fucking second.
Khabib's too scared to fight Artem.
That's what Artem was saying. He was saying he was too much of a coward to face me man to man, so he brought his fucking posse up there with him. I was like, are you serious right now? You aren't intimidating.
He could turn him into jelly.
You're not intimidating. I don't get that. Maybe the only thing I could think of, if this is true, is maybe Alabib Dalaziz or his manager or somebody in Khabib's crew was like, hey, let's get this on camera to try to make a move towards the Conor fight. That makes sense.
It does make sense.
Because he wasn't going to get that fight unless drama was started.
Not at that point, yeah.
Because Conor was not going to fight his worst fucking matchup.
Exactly.
If he doesn't have to.
That's a good point.
So that's the only way I could see this being possible. But Artem was saying pretty much that he was scared, like Khabib was too scared to confront him on his own, so he brought his group of people, and that's when everything happened. And he said, like, when everything happened, it happened so fast, he didn't know what to say. He kind of caught him off guard, and that's why he got punked out. Which, whatever, there's 15 people. It's like, you're a fighter, in my opinion, like, you should defend yourself. But at the same time, I can understand. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a hard ass. If 15 people came up to me, and they fucking ganged up on me, I'm not going to sit there and like,
yeah, Bruce Lee.
If I can avoid the fight, I'm going to avoid the fight. Like, obviously, if you have to defend yourself, you try. You know what I mean? But you're going to get your ass beat. There's 15 people. So if you can avoid it, you can avoid it. But he said after that, like, people were calling him like crazy. He's like, but the only fucking person that I cared about who messaged me was Conor McGregor.
Oh my God.
Talking like a fucking, I'm like, dude. And he's like, all Conor said was, I'm coming. And then he said, like, he was trying to justify the bus incident. He goes, Khabib came up to me with like 15 people, and Conor just wanted to even the playing field so he could come out, and then me and Khabib could face each other man to man. Like, okay, now let's talk. Like, now it's just me and you. Like, we got even amount of people. And I'm like, dude, that makes no fucking sense. Like, first of all,
that does make no sense because Khabib's people were told not to be there.
Yes,
which had never been done before, and he has never been told to not use his own bus before.
I didn't know all that, but that's interesting.
How'd you not know all that?
Well, maybe the UFC did set it up.
I tried to tell you that.
But, like, Conor also came with way more people, allegedly. Who knows how many people Khabib truly had. But the whole premise that Khabib is afraid of Artem,
yeah, that's ridiculous.
That to me is like...
Artem could have went to that bus by himself, knocked on the door, and Khabib would have walked out there and beat the shit out of him.
I don't get how... Artem's not... I'll give Artem this. He will fight anybody.
It's true.
That's why he has such a shitty record.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. He is not an elite fighter in any
sense
stretch
of the
that.
word.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's no stretch of imagination where he's an elite fighter at all. He got clowned by Cub Swanson. Cub was having fun with him, and it's just he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.
Every MMA fighter is a good fighter, or every UFC fighter is.
Yeah, but if he was not on Conor's coattails, he would not be in the UFC for 100%. He would not have the popularity that he has. And for him to sit there and act like this all started because Khabib was too afraid to confront him, so that's why he brought his posse, that's when I was like, Conor's fucking teammates and his friends are not helping their case to try to like justify the situation and shit. Like, just...
What else are they supposed to say?
Whatever, it's done. It happened. That's what you're trying to say. Just move on.
Well, that's why he's there for the interview.
You're trying to make excuses about it.
Ariel didn't want to talk to him to hear his strategy on the fight, that's for sure.
You're right, for sure, 100%. But I mean, all he should have said, like, I don't know what he should have said.
Exactly.
But to me, that's like the coward's way out, and that's like it's not true. I don't see any way that's true. And the only way I can see is like a marketing pull, and I don't see Khabib doing that. I see his manager doing that.
I do see Khabib doing exactly what his manager says.
Yeah, I do too. But I don't know, because Khabib has a lot of honor. You know what I mean? I feel like Khabib would do man-to-man shit before he would like, okay, let's try to make a marketing pool here, because they don't really give a fuck about money.
I don't know.
But anyways,
The whole thing's sketch to me.
but Artem was obviously supposed to fight Khabib's teammate. I mean, he hit Conor. He got stripped. But he's not, from what I heard, he is not getting like banned
Kicked
from
out.
the UFC. Which is good. I'm happy.
It's the right decision.
I'm happy with what happened.
There you go.
But
Whatever happened to those meetings? Do you remember? We were like, we're going to see what happens once these hearings happen.
They got delayed till December.
Seriously?
December something, 16th, I think.
What the fuck?
You know, did you hear about Khabib? They took half of his purse, $1 million.
What, half of his purse?
Yes, and it's fucking hilarious listening to Nevada State Athletic Commission try to justify taking $1 million for their needs. They took that because they fucking can, and they're gonna put that in their fucking pockets. That's exactly what it is.
Seriously?
Yeah, let me see if I can fucking find this shit.
I don't know. When I hear this is going to make me hate people.
Like, it was hard to, like, they were even having a hard time trying to talk about it.
What the fuck, man? This is the problem with capitalism.
They have the power. Like, there's no, like, you can't fucking, like, argue with them.
No.
Fucking
They'll just
Nick Diaz
destroy you.
pled the fifth, and that's all he did. And they tried to ban him for like 5 years for smoking pot.
Try to.
Yeah, they did. You're right. it was this a fucking. Let me see. Okay, here you go. Shout out to MMA Digest.
The Nevada Commission recommends that they release $1 million of Khabib's Fight Night purse to him at this time. The other $1 million is to be transferred from the UFC to the NSAC for safekeeping until resolution.
I have a very specific motion that I'd like to use. I think what it really would boil down to now is how much of the $2 million Fight Night check would the commission like to withhold out of the $2 million. I have felt half was a good enough amount of money to release $1 million that should cover all.
Yeah, he's like stuttering.
I feel like half was a good amount.
Cover the
It's still a
expenses.
very substantial amount of money to be withheld until we can get to the case in December and get all of the testimony, or potentially we get a settlement agreement. Who knows where all that will go over the next 60 days. But it's enough money to keep this contestant's interest in this hearing.
And I would also concur that withholding 50% of the $2 million purse is substantial and gives us the flexibility in December to come to a final resolution.
They literally said no reason for why they're doing it.
We're still going to receive close to $4.5 million that's not going to be subjected to his disciplinary action in total compensation, fight night, and pay-per-view. So,
Isn't that some bullshit? They don't even have to justify. They don't have to show the expenses of what the report or the hearing's going to cost. They just say, I think $1 million is going to be good because
sounds right.
it's going to be enough. It gives us a little leeway.
Cover the expense. If it's a substantial amount.
My yacht has like $200,000 left on it, and I don't feel like paying the payment on it anymore.
2,000.
200.
You know how yachts work.
That's just a goddamn joke to me. I hate people in power that could just get away with
You
shit.
should have descended at people in power.
Yeah, well, not all people in power. Some people are okay, you know.
Yeah, the Obamas have getting bombs delivered to them.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Someone sent bombs to the Clintons and the Obamas, and someone just sent another bomb to the Obamas today, I think.
Like an actual bomb that's supposed to blow up?
Yeah. It had to be defused.
Jesus Christ. They can't figure out who did it?
No. Obviously, the target's being painted on, like, the extreme right wing. But, I mean, Russia's been the extreme right wing this entire time, so I wouldn't be surprised if Putin's trying to do something.
I wouldn't be surprised if Russia would do it just to, like, cause
just to
more...
instigate, yeah.
Cause more hate between two people. Because it's a distraction.
Yep.
That's what it really is. But that's fucked up, though.
It works.
It is.
We hate each other.
Propaganda is overwhelming in America right now. And
all the time, you mean?
The population...
1984.
90% of them are sheep.
90%?
I feel like too many people have a hard time with admitting that they're wrong.
True.
And they, like, you have that, like, I forget what it's called, but, like, you're loyal. You know what I mean? You're loyal to your sports team. You'll fucking defend them to the day that you
Blind
die.
loyalty?
Yeah. And if you pick a fucking side...
You gotta stick to it.
You don't have to, but people
that's
do.
how they feel.
Yeah.
They gotta protect what's theirs.
And that's okay. I mean, I don't want to judge people and say, "Oh, I'm better than you," or not like that. Because I'm not left or right. I'm like a middle. I can't stand fucking left wing pussies, and I can't stand right wing fucking assholes. Like I can't stand people that are like so far on each side. Like and like to me, like ruins like how to justify
whatever the cause is. Yeah, ruins it, soils it.
Yeah, I've seen people that are just like fucking prima donnas, like kids at colleges that are fucking crying over like teachers saying certain things. Oh, you're bullying me, like stupid.
Basically, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I hate shit like that. And at the same time, I hate people that just say, oh, these left-wing pussies are ruining the country and these millennials and blah, blah, blah.
Suck my dick, snowflakes.
Yeah, I hate, it's like, God damn it. It's just, I don't know. That's why I didn't hear about it, because I stay out of that shit. Mm-hmm. I literally unfollowed everybody who talks politics on my fucking, like, social media.
I don't even go on Facebook anymore, because that's all it ever was.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Okay, so back to fucking Artem.
Tangents everywhere.
I get to pick this, and I cannot wait to see Michael the Menace Johnson knock Artem the fuck out.
I'm glad you choose that, because I was going to choose Artem anyway.
Were you?
That fucking overhand hammer fist is going to be the death of him.
No bullshit. Who would you pick?
Michael Johnson. I'm not retarded. All what the hell?
Michael's footwork is fast as fuck. He got some of the fastest hands in the featherweight and the lightweight division. I'll give him credit there. I think he is a quitter in the sense of where he gets in bad positions on the ground.
He just stops.
He just like in his head, he's like gonna lose before he does. So it's like he like panics and shit. But his last fight proved that against Touchy Feely that he still wants to be in the fucking UFC, and he's talented as fuck. He really is. He's super athletic. He's super explosive, and he's gonna be 10 times faster than Artem. Artem's best quality is his stand up and his chin. And I think Michael Johnson's just going to have like a fucking punching bag.
He's going to be like in slow motion.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Because I think
it'll be fun.
I think it'll be fun to watch. Yes.
You fucking asshole. And taking enjoyment out of the pain of others.
Yep. That's me.
Classy.
So I got Michael Johnson and the Rewind because I know we talked a lot about tangents. I have Patrick Cummins. Dalton has Misha Serkinov. And Dalton has the fucking Russian Hammer for some stupid reason. Whoop. Now it's in the main event. No Time versus Lionheart.
You really had to look at that?
Yeah, I had to fucking forget it, right?
Forgot it immediately.
Yeah. I love the nickname Lionheart, though.
That is cool.
It's like Braveheart shit. Reminds me of like a fucking animal. And Anthony Smith is an animal.
It's actually an English nickname, not a Scottish nickname. Man. That's super insulting to me.
Is it?
I'm English.
Good.
It's offensive.
I hope it's insulting. Why are you a fucking Conor McGregor?
Because you're using Richard the Lionheart.
Why are you a Conor McGregor fan?
Comparing it to Braveheart.
You should be straight up Darren Till.
It's the closest thing.
Only thing.
I don't know.
And Michael the Count Bisping. And you're a Michael the Count Bisping hater?
I'm not a hater at all. I just said he's not good. That's not bad at all, man.
Okay, anyways. This is Vulcan's first fight back after getting humiliated by DC.
Humiliated.
Yeah, he got worked by DC.
It was rough times.
He got exposed, showing that he has zero ground game. Yeah. I mean, when you get finished because you're in a crucifix and you can't get out, and you're not getting TKO'd, you're just getting punched in the face and you can't get out.
Help.
And the ref just mercy stops it because you're just taking unnecessary brain damage and you can't get out.
Yep. That sucks.
He's exposed.
I don't want to be in that position ever in my life.
He obviously has power. He's a big motherfucker. I was like, you know how
you can say that about 70%.
You know how I look at men's bodies and shit.
It's true. You Meyer.
And his arms are huge. You're like, there's not like a lot of muscle tone.
There's big.
Like, it's not like lean,
Smash.
but it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His arms are fucking huge. He got a big fucking broad chest and shit. He's a man's man for sure. But Anthony Smith is too. Anthony Smith, I think, is a little bit more faster on the feet. And I think he's a little bit more technical. I think Volkan goes in for the kill too often. And it worked
Gets a little too eager.
It worked out several times, but I don't know if it's going to work out with Anthony Smith because I think he's a little bit more calculated. That being said, Anthony Smith has been knocked out. He's been knocked out recently. Not past, I think it was like 3 fights ago. He got knocked out by Thiago Santos. Santos is an animal. There's a lot of fucking animals lightweight.
It's true.
Light heavyweight. Anybody can knock anybody out in that division.
Tangent. I saw a video today of Paulo Costa getting an IV before a fight.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Some water IVs?
I'm assuming, but that's banned, right? Because it could hide PDs, but it's probably just
I don't know if it's weird. Technically it is banned, but I think if
it's for weight cuts.
If your health, it's banned for weight cutting.
Right.
If it's warranted, like a doctor says you need it, then I think you can do it. Like Alistair Overeem when he fought Mark Hunt somehow got the exception to take IVs.
Interesting.
And obviously Mark Hunt was pissed because that poor soul. He fucking fights everybody that fucking...
Everyone's on steroids.
Yeah, for real.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he popped. And we don't hear about it ever.
Obviously. You see that guy? He's a chiseled statue in real life.
It's true. So I'm saying that I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if him and Ural both pop, but they just say, fuck it.
At the same time.
They both pop, let's just have them fucking fight. I think Ural smashes him, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he is like the most technical fighter.
Sure.
I think he's just like...
He gets by on his physical advantages.
But I don't think he has physical advantages.
No, he doesn't.
Yoel is an Olympic medalist. I don't know if it's gold, but I think it might be gold.
Either way, he's a super freak.
Daniel Cormier said that he'd give him a run for his money. If Daniel Cormier is saying that, then I trust him. And you see how devastating the knockouts are when Yoel fucking connects.
It's scary.
Yeah, that guy is...
He has trained on his arms.
40-something years old.
I think he's just 40.
He is built better than anybody in the UFC.
It's true.
If that doesn't tell you the fucking water in that area is not suspect, I don't know what the fuck else to say.
Fair point.
Maybe I'm just jealous. Maybe he has
clearly
godly genetics. He was blessed with some crazy genetics.
And excellent work ethic.
He is a soldier. Oh, for sure. Dude, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast a few months ago with Joey Diaz. Joey Diaz was his translator.
That must be incredible.
Yeah, for real. But they were talking about like they have wrestling camps in Cuba. And like there was different tiers in the wrestling camp, and like the higher up tiers got more food than the lower tiers.
Okay.
That's how they motivated motherfuckers. Like you would like go hungry if you weren't good.
Wow.
Yeah, so
is that what you're talking about? You gotta start at the bottom if you really want to have that fire.
I'm saying if you start like that and you make it, your work ethic and your willingness to succeed is gonna be way higher than the average motherfucker who's like
I wonder how the rest of them did.
I don't know.
Probably not good, honestly.
I don't know. But back to this. Is it my... No, it's your pick.
It's my pick, baby.
Yes, who are you picking?
I'm not going to pick Lionheart.
You're picking No Time?
Yeah, I am.
I knew you were going to pick No Time.
Why?
I just know your picks.
Do you?
Yes, and I'm so glad you did because I was going to pick Anthony Smith.
Oh my God.
I think Anthony Smith...
cliche at this point.
I think Anthony Smith has found a good stride right now.
Okay.
He devastatingly knocked out Rashad. He retired Rashad. And he just fucking destroyed Shogun.
I am personally a believer in learning from your mistakes and, picking yourself up after you fall down. Obviously, No Time got a little embarrassed. Mm-hmm. So surely he's going to be working on his weaknesses. Not necessarily that he needs to work on his ground game for this.
I don't know. Not really. You don't really, but...
All I'm saying is that falling down like that makes you more prepared for the next time you get a chance.
100%. You take a loss, you're going to be hungry as fuck. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if he's necessarily going to change his game plans.
Right.
I think.
I guess it's entirely up to him, so we'll see.
Maybe he thinks DC is the anomaly, and he gets fucking...
There's two kinds of fighters, right?
You knock somebody out, I'm sure you fucking love doing it. And if you can do it consistently with other people in the first round, you're going to fucking try to do it again. You know what I mean?
He's going to see red?
That's what I think he's going to do.
Just because he can do it?
I think he's going to try to knock Anthony Smith out in the first round. I think it's very possible. I think either one of them, if they connect in the first round, can knock each other out because Anthony Smith knocked out two legends in the first round as well. Anthony Smith has gotten knocked out in the past, so his chin is a little suspect. But I don't think it's suspect. I think you just get hit. You get clipped in that heavyweight or in light heavyweight division.
Happens.
Yeah, you drop. But I think he's going to be more controlled and more calculated in the fight.
Okay.
That's what I think. And if Volkan doesn't knock him out in the first round, I think Anthony Smith takes it. I'm going with second round TKO.
I'll go first round knockout.
No time, son.
No time.
No time.
It's not the best celebration.
Yeah, it's not the best nickname either.
You know.
I mean, it's okay, but I don't know. I'm not a fan. I like Lionheart.
Whatever.
Lionheart's a fucking animal nickname. Are you kidding me right now, son?
It is literally an animal nickname. You're right.
Yeah. And one more thing, little important thing in the UFC.
Okay.
And one championship.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah. The first ever trade between two MMA promotions.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing when I heard about it. I saw a rumor. One is in talks with the UFC for a trade.
There's two different one championships. There's one FC and there's one championship.
Okay, so one championship.
Yes. So we
was in rumors to talk with UFC for a trade between Ben Askren and his contract and Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, and his contract.
Right.
And they fucking did it.
Kind of crazy, huh?
So UFC agrees to release DJ's contract with the agreement that he'll sign with one and vice versa for one. That's how the trade technically works.
And it's kind of crazy. I think, to me, it's like a Michael Scott win-win-win.
Okay. Walk us through it, Michael.
Because, first of all, you got the first ever trade in MMA history.
True. That's first of all, that sets a precedent.
Correct. Which can lead to future trades.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Coker tweeted after that, he goes, trade. like a emoji.
Right.
Secondly, I'm happy for Ben Askren because Dana White had like a thing against Ben Askren. I don't want to go like too deep into it, but like allegedly Ben Askren was talking shit about Dana. You know how Dana is with fucking, like, he holds a grudge.
Right.
And
he a diva.
he was talking in the UFC and they said, yes, you can fight with us, but you got to get out of your contract with, I forget which promotion he was with at the time.
Sure.
So he gets out of his promotion, the contract, and then the UFC says, no, we don't want you no more. So they purposely did that to fuck him over.
Seriously?
Yeah, because Dana White's a douche.
Petty motherfucker.
Yeah. And he's a legend and a doucher.
Right.
But it's the fight game. And I didn't think he was ever going to sign with the UFC. He finally gets the opportunity to fight in the UFC, which a lot of people are going to say he's a boring fighter because he wrestles, blah, blah, blah. But me personally,
I feel like this is the best time, and I think
after Khabib dominating that way,
I think Khabib is the reason this trade happened.
Correct. And he is a legitimate threat to Tyron Woodley and to Khabib Nurmagomedov. Legitimate threat.
He is big.
He's a big boy. And he has some of the best wrestling in the game.
Yep.
Just he's fought extremely stiff competition. Like a lot of people were trying to say he hasn't fought nobody. No, he fucking dominated Douglas Lima. Obviously that was in the past.
Right.
But I don't. Me personally, I can only go off of what I know. Like, I haven't watched every single one of Ben Askren's fights. I know he hasn't gotten punched in like the past 4 of his fights.
Sure.
But I don't think the level of competition that he was fighting in the past 4 of his fights is nearly close to like the top 10 in the UFC welterweight or lightweight. That being said, though, when he was in Bellator, he still fucking dominated Douglas Lima. And Douglas Lima arguably won the fight against Rory McDonald. And then we just seen his last fucking fight. He looks
great.
like he's a championship fighter for sure. And when he can just embarrass him and make him look like it wasn't even a competition, it's like, oh shit, we got ourselves another Khabib on our hands. Like, we really do. And continuing on Ben Askren, I love how he's just like, come on, motherfuckers.
Seriously.
I'm here now.
First day on the job.
Everyone was running their mouths
calls out
me.
Masvidal, calls out, who else?
Darren
Colby
Till.
Covington, Darren Till.
And Kobe Covington.
That's ridiculous.
And the only people that responded, like Jorge said, you're going to have to beg for me.
Yeah.
Come on, Jorge. You ain't. Come on, Jorge. You're not like the superstar. You're a cool guy. You got your swagger.
Didn't he say like, bro, you suck? Come on.
No.
He said that to someone.
Yeah, he said it to Mike Perry because Mike Perry tweeted.
Mike Perry, that's right.
Mike Perry tweeted that he's not afraid of him and he's not afraid of his wrestling shit. And Ben Askren said, I give you props for actually calling me out, but let's just be real.
Throw him out of the octagon.
You suck. And then Mike Perry responded and he goes, I wasn't going to say anything after I fought Cowboy, but blah, blah, blah. But
yeah.
I love Mike Platinum Perry. You know I love Platinum Perry. I think I made him grow on you.
It was weird, yeah. He changed himself also.
No, he's been real his whole time. But he was perceived.
He's been real the whole time, but he still changed himself and he stayed real, but himself changed.
Yes, but I think he's always been that way.
He's always been real.
He's always been real and he's always been willing to learn and he's humble. And he's not like the person that like the stereotype.
He was.
No.
I think he was.
I don't think so, dude.
He said himself that he's changed.
Like, yeah. Like back in the day, he used to get in trouble. But I'm saying since he's became like a UFC fighter, he's always been willing to learn and grow.
Right.
That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
But yeah, Ben Askren was talking shit. He's like, you just suck. And then he tweeted to Darren Till, and Darren Till said some shit about him having curly hair. He's like, I'll fuck you up on your curly hair or some shit like that. And then Ben Askren replied, and he goes, you want to get another loss in the UFC, Darren Till?
You're looking to go on a losing streak?
And then Darren Till chimed back in, which that would be a good fight, because Darren Till's a big motherfucker.
It's true.
But
if you're a bad striker, though, that's almost like
I don't think... Here's the thing about these bad strikers. You gotta fucking look out for the takedown the whole time. So you leave your fucking chin susceptible every single time. And if Ben Askren's wrestling is as good as it is outside of the UFC, inside the UFC, I like his odds against every one of these motherfuckers. The only person...
Even Khabib?
Yes. But let me say this. Let him have a fight at welterweight first, because I don't even know if he can make 155. Technically, he's the 185-pound champ in one championship, but they don't cut weight. They do shit the right way. So basically, everybody just goes up a weight class. But I want him to fight at 170. I don't think he's necessarily looking for the Khabib fight. I think that's just what I want to see as a fan. Because I want to see the two top wrestlers in
I'm pretty sure he tweeted out to someone, you know who I want. And I'm pretty sure he's talking about either GSP or Khabib.
It was GSP. Because when he retired, he said he's not coming back unless it's for GSP.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
So is that his first fight, or do you think maybe like Colby Covington?
I think he's like, okay, I'm gonna fucking... Because now is the perfect time for him to go in the game after what Khabib did.
Yeah.
So he actually can make a name for himself, and people aren't just gonna boo him.
The world's itching for some wrestling now.
And
some wrestling.
He don't fucking decision everybody. He's not gonna GSP people back in what GSP did.
Right.
He'd like fight to win just in a safe way. He has fucking TKOs. He has submissions, and he has just as many knockouts and submissions that he has decisions. He has more TKOs and submissions if you add them up. He has 7 decisions, 5 TKOs, 4 submissions. So, to me, I definitely think people are just casual fans, and pretty much what Dana says, a lot of people just go with it. He's a boring fighter. I'm like, oh, you're boring fighter. Shut the fuck up. I don't think people know what they're talking about.
Sure.
But who I want him to fight, I want him to give a beatdowns on Colby Covington. Because they have like the same game, and Ben Askren is just going to be better.
I mean, yeah.
It's bottom line.
That would suck for Colby.
Ben Askren has like wrestled a lot of the OGs in MMA, like Weidman and shit like that, and like he smokes them, dude. In wrestling, he just smokes people. So I'm super excited for this. So that's Ben Askren.
That is cool.
So good thing on Ben Askren. Good thing that there's this fucking trade. And now let's talk a little bit about Mighty Mouse. In the UFC, he has done everything possible.
It's true. Longest active champ.
Except becoming a champ.
Right.
Other than that, he has defended his title more than anybody else in MMA history. He finishes fighters. He doesn't do it in like the GSP way. He has some amazing finishes. Some of the best
creative finishes.
Some of the best in MMA history.
Yep.
Fucking flying armbar. Are you serious?
Is he number 1 pound for pound? Ben Askren retweeted a tweet saying he was number 1 pound for pound.
Saying Ben Askren himself or Mighty Mouse?
Mighty Mouse.
Yes. I would say he is in the top 2 right now is pound for pound. Top 3. And my top 3...
I know you're putting DC over him.
My top 3 is Mighty Mouse, DC, and Khabib. That's what I think, personally. Okay. Obviously, John Jones is the fucking X Factor there, but to me...
X Factor!
To me, I don't buy his bullshit.
He doesn't deserve it?
I don't buy his bullshit, whatever. Yeah, you had one drop in your system when you were fighting, but how much did you have in your system when you were training and you were recovering? I don't want to hear shit. I'm so sick of people...
he got the star treatment.
Yeah, I'm so sick of people giving him excuses. It's unreal. I'm done with it. I really am. Like, Joe Rogan gives him excuses. It's more of those casual fans. Brendan Schaub gives him excuses. I think they're fucking telling him to give him excuses because they like him so much. He's an entertaining fighter. He is. He is controversial. He sells. Yes, but he's a bad person. Just he is. People can change, but he hasn't changed. He tried to change. He was a fucking phony. And I just don't like people like that.
Yeah.
So
now he's like, he doesn't even care anymore.
Yeah, fuck John Jones. At least he's being himself now. I'll give him that.
I guess, but it's only because the charade didn't work.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, those are my top 3 pound for pound.
Okay.
So, Mighty Mouse is still to this, even with the Henry Cejudo loss, because that was a controversial loss.
Right, it was super close.
Yeah. So, he's still easily top 2. Even people can consider him number 1 pound for pound.
So, what does he have in front of him for 1?
Money, motherfucker.
Money. They're not going to be afraid to pay him, obviously.
Hell no. That's what I'm saying. Like, UFC did not pay him that much. He didn't get pay-per-view points. I think he got like 200,000 a fight. Which compared to other fighters, that's a decent amount, but not somebody who has these records and these finishes. Like, I'm sorry. And you're that talented, he deserves $1 million fight. He really does.
Yeah.
Pay the fucking man. You know? And I think one championship will do that. They signed Eddie Alvarez. I think they're trying to become another contender as far as the promotions are, which is good. Extremely good. But let me finish with Mighty Mouse. Okay. So he finished everything he could possibly do in the UFC. Him and the UFC have never had the best of relationships because they always like talk down on him. They don't promote him in the way that they should. And now he gets more money. And probably less stress, less media, and who knows what they're going to do with one championship. Like I think with Eddie, they're doing like partnership shit. Like he gets percentages in that. So I think one championship is doing it in a way that's like more appealing to the fighters. And if they are doing that, and now they got these two hot shots, Eddie Alvarez is an underground king. If you look at pure accolades, he is like the best lightweight of all time. He has championships in every single promotion he's fought in. Every single one at a lightweight. Bottom line. And he does things the right way too, as far as contract negotiations. Like he's never re-signed with like promotion. He always
always moves on.
He always tries to find what he's worth, opposed to thinking that you need to stay with like. It was like a lesson with me with like, okay, I'm glad I'm leaving my real life job because I'm trying to get what I'm worth, opposed to just like sitting and being stuck in a loop.
Right,
like,
just being
going
content.
crazy. You know what I mean? So good for Eddie, good for Mighty Mouse. I hope he gets paid. I hope he fucking grows one championship. I hope he becomes the face of it, and I think he's finally out of the negativity of the UFC.
Right
now, as far as the promotions go, it's extremely good because if you have 3 promotions instead of just UFC. Because Bellator is creeping up on them now too. Right. So now you can have like Bellator, one championship, and UFC, and you got Premier Fighting League, who has some really good fighters too that are creeping up, and it's going to bring more competition. Yeah. And with more competition means that the content is going to have to go up, which means the quality of the fights are going to go up, the promotion's going to go up, and they're going to have to get the fighters going to get paid more because they're going to have options. So it's good all around. It's a win-win-win for the fans. It's a win. The only people that really lose is the promotions in a sense. But if you can increase your quality, increase your content,
it could be a mutual benefit.
Yeah, because they're gonna get more fans to the show.
Okay. I mean? Now here's a question for you. Says this trade for the UFC mean that they're gonna definitely get rid of the 125 pound division?
I don't think the trade itself initiates that or is demonstrating that, but the trade along with Dana White saying Henry Cejudo was gonna go up to fight TJ. Opposed to TJ going down to become the champ because he has the precedence. Right. He's the one that's defended his title more. Henry Cejudo just got the fucking title. Why does he deserve to go become a champ?
For real.
So now it makes perfect sense because Henry Cejudo is going to go up and they're going to get rid of the 125 pound division.
Yeah.
Which I'm not mad at it. I mean,
creates more competition.
Creates more competition at 135. The people that can't compete at 135 in the UFC can go to a different a promotion, which is perfectly fine because it's going to make those promotions have even more stars because there are a few stars at 125. You got Sergio Pettis, Henry Cejudo, and then that's pretty much about it.
I wonder if they all go to one and they just lose the Mighty Mouse again.
That would be boring.
That would suck for them.
But I'm sure Mighty Mouse there would probably be more he's more willing to do these super fights because he was okay to do TJ's fight. But he's like, pay the man, right? And they wouldn't.
Makes sense.
So I'm sure over there he'll try to do things like Rory was trying to do and Gegard and trying to be these champs and look at Bader, fucking animal. And I think it's just good overall.
I agree. Good week for UFC.
Yeah.
And MMA in general.
Good week for everybody.
Enjoy your 2-hour-long episode.
It's only an hour 55 and we haven't done the intro yet, so
it'll be probably over 2 hours.
Yeah. I hope if anybody fucking survived this, proud of you.
Thank you.
You guys got really good discipline.
We love you.
Rate the fucking podcast. Share the shit. Anywhere you go. Just
anywhere you go.
Hey, you ever heard of the Passive Aggressive Podcast? Just look it up, man. Check it out. Do it. Don't yell at them.
Just like that.
You're gonna scare them.
Be abrasive. So abrasive that they have to remember it.
Just don't get arrested, okay, guys? Don't be yelling at women and creeping them out, okay? Because it's in time, this is the new age, and you can't say what you want to say.
You gotta be sensitive about it.
You gotta be like fucking pussy, left wing, fucking vagina millennial. That's what you guys gotta be nowadays, right? Right, Dalton?
Right. See you guys next time.
Peace out, pussies.